baseball fans, the Sorgy Squad,
Yes.
and all of you to our live discussion as the Chicago Cubs and San Francisco Giants do battle in what may be the most picturesque stadium in baseball, of course, that be Oracle Park. You know this kid.
I'm Anthony, a.k.a. Wisconsin sports fan.
I am Daddy, Jay, to the rest of the world.
Yes.
But we're about 8 minutes and change from first pitch of the Cubs and the Giants. This is like one of the first times we've done a baseball live stream
non-Brewers
that has no team that we have any love of necessarily.
Non-Brewers, non-Phillies.
But you wanted to do this one particularly.
Well, it was actually you. I said Brewers, and he's like,
"No, I was thinking Brewers. You wanted to do Sunday night."
The big thing about this, Wilson Contreras, and for Wilson Contreras, almost for sure, of what I've seen from ESPN, MLB.com, all those websites, that this is going to be it for Wilson Contreras in a Cubs uniform. His last game as a trade deadline is Tuesday at 4 or 5 o'clock?
4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time, 3 o'clock Central for those back in our old neck of the woods.
Yes. We've been outside of Oracle Park, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, we'll have stories.
Yes.
We'll have stories.
David Cohn, I don't know if you knew. He's new to the booth.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Baseball.
A longtime color commentator for Major League Baseball after his years as a pitcher with the Yankees. I want to say the Blue Jays he was with for a time.
He was with the Mets, right?
Yeah, he was with the Mets. So, by the way, tell us what you're doing tonight. Tell us where you're watching from. Are you a fan of one of these two teams? And we talk baseball, we talk sports, we talk life in general here. Our attitude is these live streams are not necessarily as much of the crazy minutia of baseball as it is just like a bunch of friends getting together at the pub or here in our living room, the palatial Sorgy estate here in Philadelphia. Yes, we are cheeseheads that have transplanted from Wisconsin to Philly, but yes, always Milwaukee Brewers fans, but we just love watching the game too. And so just if you want to talk sports, want to talk baseball, trade deadline, this game, go for it. You want to talk life, go for it. Whatever's on your mind.
Comment section right there.
We have
there.
DJ Alfred. You need 1.5 runs for the Giants to win 400 cash. You are joining us from Laurel, Mississippi.
You'll be getting, I think, 1.5. I don't know who's on the mound for the Cubs, but their season hasn't been good. I'm for sure hoping you get that $400 because I'd like to see a Giants win and a Cubs loss.
DJ Allred, by the way, my bad.
Yes, because Cubs and Brewers are rivals.
Tell us, where is Laurel geographically compared to either Memphis on the north side, just north of the Mississippi line with Tennessee, or are we talking south by Biloxi? Yeah.
Biloxi, Jackson, Mississippi. I'm just trying to think of any places in Mississippi, Tupelo.
I mean, you've got Starkville with Mississippi State, the origin point for so many Milwaukee Brewers, by the way.
Yeah, for Brandon Woodruff, and I think there are a couple of others. Mm-hmm. But I think the big story of this game, again, has to be trade deadline coming up. The Giants could be looking to get some guys. The Cubs looking to sell. You got Wilson Contreras, the star catcher. Ian Happ, who's been a great player, and David Robertson, new Cub out of the pen. So it seems, as the Cubs got rid of a lot of guys last year. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo. Ever since Theo Epstein and Joe Madden left, it's kind of fell apart for them.
You're going to let's go the south part of Mississippi. About an hour and a half from Biloxi. You are 90 minutes from one of our Milwaukee Brewers minor league affiliates.
Double-A Shuckers.
The Biloxi Shuckers. That's correct.
Yes.
And someday we want to definitely take a trip down there to check out all the Brewers minor league teams. Part of what we do on this channel as well is being originally from Milwaukee, it became our family tradition.
Yeah, going to Brewers games throughout the nation.
In every major league stadium. DJ Allred thinking about going to Mississippi State, got one more year at your local community college. That is a fantastic strategy, by the way, when it comes to doing college affordably, considering the current cost of education.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked so much about how, in your case, if you want to go where I went to Marquette University, it's going to cost you $500,000 at that point once we get to that. You've been to some Shuckers games. Cool stadium, but because the casino right by the stadium, a really cool view. That's awesome. There are so many really great stadium setups where outfield views look at something special.
Yeah. Similar to the Shuckers here in Philly, the Live Casino.
Yeah.
Right there.
Be right back in a minute.
But San Francisco, the view where this game is being played, of McCovey Cove and San Francisco Bay. It's going to be a beautiful day for baseball, it looks like. But yeah. Deadline coming up. Brewers. I'm hoping my Brewers do something, as we are having a couple technical difficulties. I had the game on. I had ESPN on earlier, but apparently it's still on. As soon as Daddy comes back, I gotta go up because apparently we're still having technical difficulties.
Oh, like what?
The TV.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna go back up. I turned my TV off up there, but apparently I didn't. Even though I clicked the off button. So as soon as he gets back in the frame, I'm out.
Okay.
So you know.
Just making sure we stay cool while we're down here.
Thank you.
We'll take care of this.
All right, there you go.
All right, I'm back in the shot.
And I'm going to go figure this out.
By far. DJ discussing Philadelphia, discussing Citizens Bank Park. That is a fantastic place to watch a game. We've now been to 3 games there. Kid's been to more than me, actually. And it is a beautiful view. They definitely went with the same motif as where we visited back in April. And you can see a vlog of that, as a matter of fact, on the very front of our page. Of course, that being Camden Yards, when we went to get to see the Brewers play the Baltimore Orioles. And it really became the prototype for Major League Baseball stadiums. Back when they built that thing in the early 1990s, after all the decades of the cookie cutter stadiums like Atlanta, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, that looked the same
Turned it off.
when you were there.
I turned it off.
So, okay, so we're good now?
Hopefully.
We are good now.
Well,
awesome. But
can we say how many stadiums we've been to now, or is that cheating?
I'll put it this way: we've been to more stadiums than you've seen on our live blog. We have curtailed our vlogging. Yeah. Just for time, because of some practicalities we have to take care of here in the house, and time is so short. But we have a lot of stuff waiting in the can that once we return to that, it's going to be special for you to check out. So go ahead and tell them.
What now? 16.
We are now on 16 for the number of stadiums where we've seen Milwaukee Brewers games. We have been to games at 17 stadiums overall for Major League Baseball. We have, been outside. Let's see.
Cubs lineup.
Okay. Who you got?
Christopher Morel, Wilson Contreras, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Nico Horner, Patrick Wisdom, Nelson Velasquez, David Bodie, and I didn't see the last guy. Against Carlos Rodon. Yes. On the mound tonight. Great pitcher. 3.18 ERA and 116 innings with 31% K rate. Made the All-Star team. Nice. We're going to flip to the score update there. Yes. Now, we've been outside of San Francisco. Mm-hmm. I know we mentioned it on our last YouTube Live, but we can certainly give more details. Or 2 YouTube Lives ago, I think. Yeah. Been outside of San Diego. Been outside of San Diego, so that's 19 Major League. That was it. Yeah, he had 2 accidental where he hit. In one couple minutes, he accidentally hit 2 teammates with objects. Yeah, he's mad. He was mad, and he has anger issues. He accidentally hit two teammates, accidentally, and then he rushed over like, "Are you okay? You okay?"
Yeah, when he finally realized what was going on.
Yeah, but he hit a couple.
Yeah, but we've been to 19 stadiums.
That's true. We have been in 19 stadiums, but we don't count if it's not a Brewers game.
Right, and we don't, especially don't count if we're actually not even seeing a game. But for those who are watching the game that are looking at it right now, where you have McCovey Cove, out in right field, we've walked that. We have seen through sort of the knot holes in the fence. To be able to see onto the field.
Store.
Yeah, we've been inside the Giants store. It's
pretty cool.
What did you buy there?
We bought Mommy a Buster Posey t-shirt.
Her favorite non-Milwaukee Brewer, at least at the time, Buster Posey. When you got the name Buster Posey,
I gave her a Buster Posey card. He doesn't play that much anymore.
Man.
Joey Bart's their catcher now. It's where the neighbors are making a lot of noise.
Yeah, we have some neighbors right now that are doing some renovation work.
I'm always like, is Mommy here? Is it?
No.
Is Mommy? And then I'm like, no, she's not.
Here in Philadelphia, there is a trend, as it is on the East Coast. On the East Coast, you have a lot of cities that have row houses where you literally have no space.
That's a great lineup.
Between the houses.
Giants, Rodone, Wins, and I'm...
where there's literally no space between the houses. It's just because the area is so densely populated that you have to have it that way. When you get out into more of the non-highly urban areas, more of the neighborhoody areas, like where we live here, it is what's called, oh my gosh, the first of the game. Do we have a robbery? We got a robbery!
One pitch, one robbery.
That, I don't know if that would have been a home run. We're going to have to look at the replay. But that thing went right to the wall.
It's going to be, I can't tell who that was. Look at that.
He lifted up.
That
would have been a home run.
That would have gone off the top of the wall.
That would have been
That was deep left field. Yeah, can you pull up Game Day? So we can get balls and strikes and stuff. We always use MLB Game Day for our streams. And that's going to be, I can't tell. I know it ends with a Z. I can't tell, though. I'll give him a round of applause. Wilson Contreras. In his final...
What we think is going to... It's not confirmed. Nothing confirmed.
What we think is going to be his final game as a Chicago Cub. Respect to him. That was Luis Gonzalez. Been known to be a good player. Yep. Not the Diamondbacks, Luis Gonzalez.
Right, from 2001, the guy that got the World Series clinching walk-off hit after the greatest World Series in my book ever. By far the greatest ever. But when you live in Philadelphia like we do, and they have twin housing, you share a concrete wall. You share nothing else.
You share a fence.
Right, we share a fence on the outside. But the rest of the house, the rest of the property on your side is completely yours, so it's a way of having less costly housing that you can own.
Yeah.
And the only time there's ever an issue is if there's really loud noise, because it's hard for noise to travel through concrete.
That's true.
So we got a pretty good deal when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And the neighbors are great.
Yeah,
the neighbors are great.
They're cool. And that's gonna be that's an out. I don't know how, but MLB Game Day is ahead of our TV.
So let's react to what we're seeing versus what's on the screen.
That's gonna be to the first baseman, Brandon Belt.
And as Harry Carey would have said, popped it up. That wouldn't be a home run in a telephone
We lost the only viewer that we had.
It was not because my Harry Carey ballot.
I think it was.
I promise you it was not. So, yeah, that's all right, then. I'm going to send a little note out on the socials.
Yeah, put it on the there.
To just let people know.
There are a lot of people that
we're
follow
talking.
you on Twitter, and we get viewers from there.
Yeah. So
a lot of our new viewers come from Twitter. And that's one flip it away.
Let's see.
Contreras news and out. So now Ian Happ, another guy who could be getting traded. Up to the plate. pretty quick half inning so far.
Let's see.
Batting 280.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get a huge audience tonight because I have a mainly Wisconsin sports audience, but you never know.
There we go.
Thanks for coming on and joining us here on the
hello
on the live discussion here.
Make sure to drop
some comments in.
Comment right over there or down there.
Yeah. We are live discussing the Chicago Cubs San Francisco Giants Sunday night baseball game.
I'm guessing
branching out a little bit outside of the Brewers.
Yes, I'm guessing that people are looking on YouTube for the actual feeds of the game, which obviously we can't provide. But someone that is there at the game is Marlins man. As I see his bright orange jersey in the background that says Marlins on it. We all know there he is. He's right there.
He's not in the first row though. He's like in the third or fourth.
Ooh. Yeah, cool.
He's on the screen.
That's his goal. As long as he's on the screen.
Ooh, right.
Oh,
right up the middle, right past the pitcher, right past the second baseman.
Austin
Slater. There goes your no-hitter, folks.
As I think that was Austin Slater. 101.7 exit velocity.
Man. When you
pitcher missed it.
Extending the baseball faster and throwing the baseball faster, pitching it faster than almost any car will ever drive on a freeway.
Unless you're that motorcycle on I-95.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Today we were driving into Philly and...
Yeah, there's some dude speeding through traffic. He was going like 120 miles per hour.
I mean, a dude on a motorcycle who had to have been going a ridiculous
speed. He scared the heck out of me.
Yeah, when we went into the city to...
Because we were on a bridge too, so there were no cops.
Yep.
There were no cops on the bridge to stop him.
And it looks like we got us.
Or was that Jock or... Hold on, can I get the... I need to check the field here. I need to get the lineup. All right, so Yastrzemski is in right. Slater, that was who caught that in center. And then we got Belt, Listella, Machado, Volser, Rodon, and Lins. So the Giants not playing a lot of their starters. Giants.
That often happens on getaway days.
Wade Jr. the DH, by the way.
Let's see who's coming to join us.
Jarrett Full.
Jarrett.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on. How are you? Where are you watching from? Tell us.
Yes. Thanks for commenting. We appreciate it.
We are Sorgy Stories. He's Anthony. I'm Daddy. And we are doing lives pretty much once a week, though. We're going to have to miss the next couple because of some travel that we're doing.
Suzuki, round out. They'll get the out at second.
We'll have those travel stories coming up eventually once we start getting back to vlogging.
Iowa! Yes!
All right.
Getting some viewers from the great state of Iowa.
Are you a Cubs fan being from Iowa?
Yes, are you a Cubs fan?
That's a pretty split state when it comes to Major League Baseball.
The Cubs own most of it. Yeah. They had a good amount.
And that's based on the
New York Times 2014 baseball map.
The heat map where they basically find out
2014.
Where they basically measure the highest percentage of fandom in each zip code of America.
We're Brewers fans. What do you think, Jared, about the Wilson Contreras? Where do you see him going? I know that I'm guessing, hard to let a guy like that go who's just such a great player.
By far.
But it's going to happen. As a Brewers fan who I don't mind Cubs fans, except for the ones that splash beer in our face at Miller Park. I don't mind the good Cubs fans. But I'm not as a Brewers fan, I'm not big on the Cubs, and
we need to show a little more light on this.
I still have a lot of respect for Wilson Contreras. Great player. Just so good. I wish him the best. Gave him a round of applause when he came up to the plate before you hopped in. But make sure to subscribe. We do a lot of baseball here. A lot of baseball.
A lot of sports in general.
Yes. But baseball's my favorite sport, personally.
Yeah. Tell us, Jared, how many Major League games have you been to? Where have you watched baseball? Where's your favorite place to watch baseball?
I'd estimate I've been to like 100.
I mean, how many games you've been to? How many stadiums you've been to? Favorite places to watch a game?
You've been to a lot more than I have. You've been to at least like 200, right?
I've probably gone to a couple hundred games.
Yeah. I mean, you've worked some games.
Yeah.
So.
Back when we were living in Milwaukee before I got this new job for our family, I got this new job here in Philadelphia, I would occasionally cover Milwaukee Brewers games. Back with WTMJ in Milwaukee, the Brewers radio flagship station still.
King Boogie Nation Alvarez. Yes, we did get rated by Tom Grossi.
Yes, we absolutely
months ago.
did.
That's how we got to 1K.
Thank you for joining us. And Jared, yes, you watch more at your house than any place else. So do we.
That's us too. That's us.
So do we. But have you been to major league stadiums? Do you go mainly to minor league games where you live in Iowa?
At the Iowa Cubs in Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some.
There's a team in the Quad Cities, isn't there?
I don't know.
I think there's a Quad Cities team.
I know a couple. I know somebody who he's a photographer. Does Iowa Cubs games.
Nice.
For YouTube, we've talked in YouTube chats a couple times. Adrian Sampson on the mound for the Cubs. I don't get over what I think that was Christopher Morel.
Mm-hmm. So you got to run around first for the Giants.
Who's coming up now?
Let's see.
Is that going to be
get the live
Gonzalez?
Mm-hmm.
Gonzalez. Right?
That is Luis Gonzalez. Nowhere near as good as the one I bet who had the walk-off in 2001.
You saw us get rated. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That was spectacular.
That's top 5 moments. I always, whenever I look at it, I always get mad at myself for not being professional about it.
But you were human. I think
True.
that's why.
True.
That's why Tom Grossi chose you.
True.
Because you were just like, you were being real. You weren't trying to put yourself off as like some super pro.
But that was Tommy LaStella with the single, who the player for a long time with the Angels and the Cubs.
All right. By the way, who's umping this game?
That's a good question. Is it Angel?
Let me look here.
I hope it's Angel. That's always fun.
No, I can't tell.
Look up umps. You got rated. I don't recognize the name of the channel. King Cookie Nation Alvarez. I'm gonna have to look them up. I've never heard of them. The Sport Fury. Okay, I think I've heard of them.
Okay.
Umpire crew. We got Ryan Blanky, Charlie Ramos, Adrian Johnson, John Tupane.
Brian Blackney. Yep.
Yeah, not too bad. Can you look up the Sport Fury? Because apparently King Cookie Nation Alvarez got apparently they got rated by them.
Rocha and Sport.
Can I get a hoya? There you go, Jared.
What?
TikTok trend. I know it all. I know all this stuff.
Sport Fury.
Sport Fury. I don't have it. We don't have a TikTok, but
the Sports Fury.
Yes, 187.
Is that you?
Well, no, that's not them. They got rated by them.
Okay, let me see here. King Pookie Nation Alvarez. It would be nice if typing would work.
If you all have channels, let us know. We'll sub you up.
Well, I see you here. All right.
No. Good to see you.
Yeah. We are on board.
Yes, and
that's even despite the fact that you're a Chicago Bears fan.
Yes.
I worked for the Packers radio network for 22 years, by the way.
Yeah.
And so I gained from there a massive respect for Chicago Bears culture and history. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite interviews that I ever did was after Brett Favre retired for the first time. And we just subbed to you.
We subbed.
King Pookie Nation Alvarez, we just subbed to you. And one of my favorite interviews after Brett Favre retired for the first time was Doug Buffone, back when he was with the Score. God rest his soul. Great man. He was so happy he did not have to deal with Brett Favre anymore in that division. And I remember listening time after time to Buffone and OB, Ed Obradovich and Doug Buffone on the Score. And then later on, years later, after Buffone's passing, when OB would team up with Dan Hampton on WGN. Yeah, there was often a lot of anger over what was happening with the Bears and with the Bears franchise. But Chicago's passion for that team is incredible.
Respect to Bears fans.
By far.
Sticking with the team.
By far. So, I mean, the challenge you have with the Chicago Bears is your ownership.
Yeah.
And you can't fire the owner. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
If the Bears get actual ownership who know what they're doing when it comes to football, or hire people who know what they're doing, thank you.
Yes.
King Bookie Nation Alvarez.
I mean, technically, Goodell could initiate the firing of an owner, but he has to get.
Yeah, he doesn't have the.
But he'd have to get the other owners on board.
Yeah,
I know there's been talk about them doing that with Dan Snyder.
Right, but there's been no actual malfeasance according to league rules. It's just he hasn't managed his team well enough to win.
Who are you rooting for in this game? Giants. That's just me, but Giants.
Yeah, I mean, only because of the division.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know Chicago's not in a race right now, so it's not as much of an issue as if it would have been if it would be Brewers and Cubs, like neck and neck in a playoff race at this point.
MLB TV is the best thing I bought 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it helps us follow the Brewers, especially now that we live in Philadelphia after the job that I got here.
I watch almost every game. Jarrett, do you have a channel? So, and we have a third person. Hello.
Hey, third person.
You can comment right there. Or right there, depending on what device you have.
And we are Sorgy Stories. We are a father and son sports, travel, and other stuff kind of channel.
To anyone in the college football YouTube community, I'm also a Wisconsin sports fan. So I know a couple people said they'd be coming over, so I thought I'd just mention that.
So right now we're taking a break from doing vlogs, from doing more storytelling.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Doing all the TikTok. Sure.
Nice, Jared.
I know what you're talking, Jerry.
He knows the TikTok. Daddy is.
I don't have a TikTok.
Too much old school.
But I see all the TikTok stuff on YouTube.
So yeah, he knows that game.
All the stuff. But we do have kind of some sad news. That I thought I'll put it up here. Came in earlier today. You'll be able to see it right there. Basketball legend Bill Russell has died at age 88. Heartbreaking news to the basketball community.
This man made such a huge social change.
Yeah.
Even beyond what he did in basketball.
Yeah.
Best defender the game's ever seen. Best rebounder this game has ever seen, the game of basketball. And the greatest team player and team leader the sport has ever seen. Winning 2 Final Fours, 2 national championships, an Olympic gold medal, and 11 NBA championship rings, and being the leader of all those teams.
Talks about it all down there on the ticker.
I mean, none of that hardware lies.
Yeah.
That's where, and I think especially with you who are Chicago sports fans, I know how you're going to side on this.
Yeah.
Best basketball player ever.
Jared, we'll see you later.
Thanks for popping in, Jared, so much. That the argument of best player ever, I ain't saying it.
Bill.
I got to give it to Bill Russell.
11 rings.
11 rings.
MJ's up there. MJ, you can easily argue MJ, and I can't.
And yeah, MJ is the greatest athlete to ever play basketball. The most amazing in terms of true athleticism.
Got you, Jared. Well,
thank you so much, Jared.
Yeah. Let me see. Can I use your computer to see if Jared has a channel?
Absolutely. But he could have been the level of offensive talent and offensive productivity that Jordan could have been, that Jordan was, or close. Absolutely could have been. But he recognized that his team didn't need him to score. I mean, he could score. He could put up points as well as anybody. But he saw that he needed to be more on defense and more in the rebounding.
Jared does have a...
We'll pop in. We'll pop in there.
Looks like some Fortnite stuff.
Okay, but because of that, because of how he was willing to lessen his focus of the offensive game to help his teammates be better on offense. I mean, he was the launcher of the Celtics fast break.
Yeah.
which during the 1950s and 1960s was the most unstoppable fast break offense in the history of basketball. They were putting up 130, 140 a night. They were destroying teams. And it's because he dominated on defense. He would get the rebound. I mean, he once talked about how he would already know steps ahead what the other team was going to be doing. He would get the rebound before the other team took the shot.
Yup.
And because of that, his offense could set itself up. He could start the fast break, and within 5 seconds, boom, bucket, other side.
Yup.
And because of that, he toned his game to meet the needs of the team. And that's why, starting with his rookie year, 11 championships in 13 pro seasons.
Can I get a 1 in there? Can you put up a 1 to add?
11
there we
championships.
Go. Anyone that right there.
In 13 years.
Right there. Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan.
Like, Presidential Medal of Freedom. I mean, that just tops it off.
You could very easily argue that if he hadn't retired in 93, the 94-95 championships would have been the Bulls. Absolutely. Very fair argument.
Braves fan. Yo.
Hey,
what's up?
How you doing?
I see you down in Atlanta. I saw you guys won today, I think. I heard that. Maybe you, I don't know. Did you? I don't know if the Braves won or lost.
We are sitting here in Philadelphia.
Here, let me check. I'll go on to here. It shows it up top.
We know that the Phillies are coming down to your neck of the woods.
Braves did win 1-0.
So I know that's a big series coming up. We're mainly Milwaukee Brewers fans because we moved from Milwaukee to Philadelphia a couple of years ago. We still stick with our Brewers, though we added the Phillies because they're the local team. We want to support that. That's cool.
Yeah, Brewers fan. Your coach Eddie Perez has a big fan club here in Philly.
By far.
Actually, an anti-fan club. People yell at him, call him call him Grumpy Gus.
Grumpy Gus.
Yeah, that's what the captain called him, and people started yelling it too. He didn't give a ball to some teenager, and there's this guy on YouTube who's pretty funny, and
Funny Channel, the Philly captain,
and he yells at people, and he just went ahead and yelled at Eddie Perez. It was pretty funny.
He is the epitome of the stereotype of the Philadelphia sports fan. Now, we've been to 3 games now as road fans, if you will, going to Milwaukee Brewers, Philadelphia Phillies games. We've been treated well. Yeah. They treated us great. There were a couple of times when, in joking fashion, they gave us crap like a Philly sports fan would. Yeah. But they were good.
I think gave us crap a couple times. I get crap from my buddy Nick the Legend too.
Yeah, but
he's probably not. He's on vacation this week, so
yeah, we're just it's Sheridan fun, and it's never mean spirited with how we were treated those days. Now, if it's a Brewers Phillies postseason game that we're going to, that's going to feel like an Eagles game.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Oh, well, Nick and I we probably have to go with Nick the Legend and his dad.
Yeah.
And then we'd be hanging out together, you know.
Exactly.
We could hang out. We're
exactly.
Maybe the Philly captain will have positivity today.
During the playoffs? You really think so?
No. But
0-0, by the way, as you can see. I think we've advanced to the second inning.
We're in the top of the second.
Yeah.
By the way, for anyone new, I have a podcast, Nick and Anthony podcast. Me and Nick the Legend do stuff over there. Tomorrow we're planning on another episode. We got 2 up so far. Hoping to do for sure something on Bill Russell. And how great he was. Talking about the trade deadline coming up. Patrick Wisdom on the Cubs, another guy that could get traded. We don't know who and who isn't going to get traded on the Cubs, but a lot of guys are probably going to get shipped off.
Oh, that was a brilliantly thrown high strike and a changeup.
That's a ball.
Nope, that was a strike.
Oh, I barely got it.
Just clipped it, and you saw Wisdom talking to the ump a little bit about that call, but it was a good call.
Oh, fouled. Yeah, that was a weird swing. That was way inside, but he swung at it.
Because he's getting fooled.
Another person in the chat. You can go right there. Comment. Hello. Right. Hope you're doing well.
Braves fan, do you live in Atlanta? Have you been to Truist Park, or is it? Yeah,
It's
so it's now Truist. I can never keep it all straight.
It's not SunTrust anymore.
If you've been there, tell us about it.
It was only SunTrust for 2 years.
Because we are traveling to every stadium to watch our Milwaukee Brewers.
Strikeout, Rodon. Second strikeout tonight.
5 down, 22 to go.
I might go to Brewers game Sunday. Well,
you might go to the Brewers game Sunday.
Well, that might be a smart idea because we're probably going to win that game.
Do you live in that area? Yeah, you do. You do live close to there.
Yeah, they said they're in Iowa, right? Or no, Jarrett said that he's in Iowa.
Let me give you a tip. King Pookie Nation Alvarez.
I can tell you a lot. I can tell you a lot about Miller Park.
The best food you're ever going to have in a stadium. Go to the first deck behind home plate and get a bratwurst.
Let me give you a full. When you're done, I'll give you the rest of the food to get because we're Miller Park experts.
But order it with warm Secret Stadium sauce and warm sauerkraut if they offer it. I don't know if they do because of COVID issues and not doing as many of the toppings and things like that. But if they do, get it made that way. Yeah. It is like butter. Yeah. You are eating like a savory stick of butter. It is that tasty. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So good.
So do that. Grab yourself some Sargento cheese curds.
Second deck.
Yes. And while you're on the second deck, they're on the second deck. Let I forget what it's called. There's a gourmet popsicle stand. Last time I was there, I don't know if it's still there, but great gourmet popsicles.
You've been to both stadiums in New York.
We've been to one of them.
Yeah. Now, what was? Tell us more about Yankee Stadium. What was that trip like for you? And did you go to both like the same day or the same weekend? What was your plan?
We've been in one and outside of one.
Yep.
Or we haven't actually been outside of one. We've seen one from the distance.
Right. It was a very long distance.
It's a very long distance
to go in order to get to the other one. We saw one.
Yeah, but we saw we saw a sign. We saw a stadium sign. But you can see both stadium signs from pretty far away.
True. Very
you
true.
can see those stadium signs. They're big because, and
there's a lot of time to see those stadium signs because you're stuck in traffic.
True.
I love taking the train to New York.
Yeah,
taking the train. But it makes more sense if it's 3 or more people for us driving from Philadelphia to drive it.
Well, that's deep.
Uh-oh.
That's going.
Oh, no.
That's an out by Austin.
That's warning track power right in the glove.
2 trips to NYC. We've taken a lot of trips to NYC.
Let's see.
3. We've taken 3.
Yeah, we've taken 3 so far. In fact, if you go check out one of our vlogs from your birthday was the first time you ever traveled to New York.
Yeah.
So we got 2 vlogs from that. And we're going to have some stories coming up from our other 2 trips to New York that we took this spring.
We filmed the middle one?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so we'll have some vignettes and smidges from that one. Oh, you went in 2008.
So that was right when it opened, right?
So did you see the new Yankee Stadium or the old one?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I am just texting Armand. Make the legend.
I always wanted to see the old Yankee Stadium. I wish the Yankees would have done what the Cubs did, which I give the Cubs all the credit in the world for. Renovating, but there's still work to do from what I understand. We haven't been in there since the renovations. We've been to Wrigley since they renovated it, but the renovations that they did at Wrigley Field, to keep it up, just outstanding. And I wish they would have done that with the original Yankee Stadium. You've been to the new stadium. Okay. That tells us.
I'm currently Armand, who's also happens to be my best friend, I'm just texting him, making sure that he knows we're live and that he can text me if he has any questions.
So that is one I mean, we've been to a stadium in New York of the 16 stadiums that we've been to see Milwaukee Brewers games. But New York was so special. The first time we ever went for your birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent the whole day there.
We did spend the whole day. That was fun.
I mean, it was almost all Manhattan, by the way. So special. As is McCovey Cove. As is that crew of what appears to be about 10 canoers.
Kayakers or whatever it is.
Yeah. Kayakers, canoers. Who were waiting for the ball. You have been waiting your whole life to be rated by Tom Grassi.
Yeah, you'll get rated soon.
It's like Tom Grassi's like the lottery.
Tom Grassi is like the lottery.
I mean,
there we go.
No, that's foul ball.
That's foul.
It's smashed into the screen foul. But it's truly like the lottery because he'll just search for any old Packer stream that's going on at halftime. And you just got to get lucky.
I'm pretty sure he has people that,
Yeah, you might have people who search.
I want to get my, I got a couple friends. One of them who is a Bears fan, Chicago Sports Network. The other one, Stat Sheet Sports. And they both do NFL streams. I'm trying to get them ready to get them to 1K.
So you also do StreamYard. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, we love StreamYard. We love it.
Sorry about not putting it on the screen. I'm trying to teach him to.
Here, I got you.
Whenever they come in, when we're talking about.
Sorry, usually I'm sitting up. I've been doing pretty good today.
You have been. I appreciate that.
I've been doing that way. Usually, once we get to mid game, I'm just like, I'm like, just give me the mouse.
That's why I've got.
Actually, I'm gonna grab the mouse. Can I do that? Can I grab the mouse?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna grab the mouse so I can sit back and get comments.
That's why also because these streams can go long because baseball games can go long.
The last one was 4 hours something.
It was a longer than a 4-hour game when we did the Brewers game last week against the Colorado Rockies.
Where's the chip?
That's why I have iced coffee. Go use the third, not that one, but the one to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, grab that one.
Why do you have so many of these things? You have a lot.
A lot of mice?
Yeah, you do have a lot of mice.
I need one for each of the computers that I have to use.
I mean, you do have a lot of computers, to be fair.
Now,
this plugs in here, right?
I think so. I've never used that, so I'm going to tell you, but I would think so.
I think I got this. Stick it in.
We're having technical difficulties. Go. Please stand by. No. Nice. Oh, you're just flipping between comments.
There, I just went on a comment spam.
He went on a comment raid.
All right.
Excellent.
I'll stick with the ticker.
It is scoreless right now as we're about to get the 2 outs in the second inning after a little dribbler down the first base line for San Francisco.
To the two of you in the chat, tell me what you want. Do you want our normal Sorty Stories ticker, or do you want our Bill Russell ticker? And Daddy will be the tie-breaking vote if we because I don't care. I can put up either. Actually, I spent a good amount of time today doing that Bill Russell thing. That took 10 minutes to get all that.
That's hard work.
And it's 500 characters.
To tell the story of the greatest basketball player to ever play the game.
Yeah. Literally, I looked at it. You can't even finish on the ticker, on the setup.
I know.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments which one you want. Nothing, bottom of the second.
In the meantime, we're going to
2 outs.
We have Dixie Machado at the plate.
Not Manny.
No
relation to Manny, I don't think.
Yeah. And a very short dribbler by Mike Yastrzemski, the Brewer killer.
Yeah.
Previous to that. And by the way, that was such a special moment. I think it was last year when Carl Yastrzemski in Boston, where he played with the Red Sox for so long. In Boston, he threw the first pitch out, or he caught the first pitch from Mike.
Yeah, I saw that.
As a Giant. That was so
yeah, I got
special.
that when I got no comments. Oh, yeah. I hate when we don't get comments. I like when people comment.
Yeah, thank you.
I always try to I have a list. I have a good amount of channels that live stream a lot, and I always hop into their stuff, even when we're live. Have I missed any today? No, I haven't. As we have breaking news from the NFL. This is breaking
news. Dun, 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 as they say on ESPN.
The 49ers and Debo have inked a $73.5 million deal. He'll stay on a 3-year extension with 58.1
Who's reporting
mil
that?
guaranteed. Ian Rappaport
Of NFL Network.
reporting that. This is on my tablet.
Nice.
No comment, no sub. Yeah, I appreciate when people sub.
Definitely. Big time appreciate that.
I made sure he had to sub on you, Garrett. I subbed to Garrett on there because he was in the middle of something. But yeah, he's got a computer where he does comments. I've got a computer where I do comments. We have it too. We have. Here, I'll switch them.
So do you get to minor league games since you live in Iowa?
And then there's that. We have our. Yeah, do you get to any? Or no, Jared lives in Iowa.
Oh yeah.
We're getting mixed up.
Am I? Am I getting mixed up where you live?
Yeah, I think so.
King Pookie Nation?
They're the ones in no, DAR. Where did you well hold on.
I can very easily answer this question.
I think they said that they are in Chicago. Oh, that was you in Iowa. So you are in Iowa.
That's Jarrett. That was Jarrett.
Or no, King Pookie Nation said he's also in Iowa.
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah. Well, but do you ever attend minor league games?
Yeah.
Where have you been for minor league games? Because we've done some minor league traveling as well.
Yeah. Oh, you live
by Arlington Heights.
Yeah, we know where that is.
Yeah.
Been through Chicago all the way.
Oh man, where have we eaten on our travels near Arlington Heights?
I don't know.
Oh,
if you've never been to Clara's, that's in the Chicago area. We know the people who own that.
Clara's Pasta in Naperville, in Woodridge, Illinois. It's on Route 53.
Yeah.
My mom's best friend started it. Her mom was Mama Celeste of Celeste Pizza.
Yeah. And now
the Trib 1 year ranked the top 5 of all Italian restaurants in Chicago.
Yeah. Now
that tells you how good it is.
Mama Celeste's grandkids run it?
Mama Celeste's grandkids now run Clara's. Clara's kids run Clara's. And it is world class. Yeah. We have a video of him making his own pizza there.
My own pizza. The staff there's awesome.
Yeah,
the manager hooked us up.
They taught him how to make his own wood-fired Neapolitan pizza.
Well, you can't be wood-fired. I'm letting you be in charge of chat. I'm grabbing some water, some ice.
Do your thing.
Do I have any water up here?
Do your thing.
Nope, I don't.
So I definitely recommend. Now, with you being in that neck of the woods, I should ask as well, are you a Chicago-style pizza fan?
Yeah, do you like deep dish?
Do you like deep dish?
And if so, what's your favorite?
Absolutely. And yes, you bring up a great point. That may be where the new stadium is going to be going for the Chicago Bears.
I think it is.
And it makes complete sense that it's going to, because the Chicago Bears cannot monetize real estate in downtown Chicago where they are by Soldier Field. They just simply can't. And as so many teams, the Packers, the Patriots, the Cowboys have learned to do in the NFL, in the NBA, what the Bucks have done, in St. Louis with baseball, Atlanta with baseball, what they have all done is learn how to make money that they don't have to share with the rest of the league through real estate. And they can develop so much beyond just the stadium if they build new in Arlington Heights. And if they're smart, it's going to seat 70,000 plus. It's going to have a retractable roof. You can host the Super Bowl. You can host the Final Four.
You don't get rid of Soldier Field.
And
I love Soldier Field.
Also, very frankly, if you make it track and field capable, you can host the Olympic Games in Chicago, which they should have done in 2016. They should have gotten that bid. And I got a whole bunch of Olympic stuff down the road coming up with Sorsey Stories. You are a deep dish fan. You are a Lou Malnati's fan.
I'm in his year.
Outstanding.
I don't remember ever going to Lou Mal.
Yeah, we got to check out some Lou Malnati sometime next time we head back. I think we can set you up.
I grabbed one of these. It's a little mukbang. We got a Twix ice cream bar. These things are amazing.
Speaking of, I still have to finish off my dinner.
I had an early dinner. Daddy, have you had one of these yet?
No.
Next time Mama gets one, you can have one. This is the last one. I've eaten these things up in 3 days.
This is, oh, you've met the Bears owner. You've met the McCaskies. You met Virginia McCaskey, is that correct?
Is she, number one, is she nice? And what's your opinion? Is she a good owner? Like, what's your opinion on the ownership? We already talked about what we think about the ownership.
Right.
3 strikeouts so far for Rodon.
I give her 1,000% credit for caring about that franchise the way that she does with the way they've kept it in the family.
Yeah.
She just simply hasn't made good decisions when it comes to leadership.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a barbecued sandwich with
Secret Stadium sauce.
barbecue pork marinated in Secret Stadium sauce.
Finish the line. Secret Stadium sauce.
Secret Stadium sauce.
Always finishing the line. Because, you know.
And you get that at Miller Park for Milwaukee Brewers games. It's outstanding.
You met George Hallis. Wow.
Wait, George Hallis or George Jr.?
Or George Jr. Yeah, which George? I didn't even know there was a George Jr. Oh, there's a picture of Ridley. Say Suzuki. The rookie. I think he's a rookie. He's been tearing it up. He's good.
So every locker in the new Wrigley Field, based upon what we just saw, has its own desk chair, similar to mine, but even more comfortable.
Like the Bucks.
Yep. They outfitted it right there. Smashed to short, but a very fast delivery to end the Cubs' third inning attack on the top of the third. San Francisco's going to get their turn at bat now.
The sun.
No score.
Yeah,
because I was going to say, if you met George Hallis, you would have to be at least in your 40s. Because he died in 1983.
He did? I didn't know that. Did I have to watch it?
Looks like it.
Oh.
This is moving to Vegas. Hence the Vegas commercial. Hence the Vegas Taco Bell commercial. Really?
Daddy, look at this. It's literal Twix inside a Bud
Nice.
bar.
So Devontae Adams is doing ads for Taco Bell.
As soon as he leaves Packers.
If he regularly enjoys that as part of his diet, I know because I've eaten too much Taco Bell in my life, he will not be a productive receiver. He will not be very good.
You play with the Yankees?
George Hallis
I didn't know that.
played with the New York Yankees.
I don't
That
know
is correct. And I believe Babe Ruth replaced him. Is that correct?
I'll tell you one
That
thing.
sounds right.
I'll tell you one thing about the Yankees.
You're watching a Derek Jeter
I
ad.
100% recommend The Captain. I've watched the first 4 episodes. Awesome series about the Captain, Derek Jeter. If I was to get a Yankees jersey, that's what I would get. I'd get Peter because he's one of my favorite players.
Somewhere upstairs, I got a Joe DiMaggio jersey, which I have to find. Rossi, the manager, that's still crazy to me.
Grandpa Ross.
I
love Baby Ruth.
Good man.
He's cool.
Good man. Well,
Talking about Seiya Suzuki. He tore it up against the Phillies, especially, I think.
you'll notice that in San Francisco, in late July, everyone is wearing long sleeves, or almost everybody.
It's cold.
It gets cold by the day. It gets cold.
My most view. I don't know what you're saying.
When you say your most view, what are you referring to?
Yeah.
But Little off speed flare on the opposite field, caught by Ian Happ for the first out. Your most viewed video was your Khalil, 25,000.
Wow.
Nice. Let me ask you this. Should the Bears, one, have made the trade for Khalil Mack, and should they have traded him away to San Diego? What do you think?
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, I will forever think of them as San Diego Chargers. I can't not.
Can you talk?
They should still be in San Diego, by the way.
Can you talk about the Khalil Mack bet? Because that was awesome. I love when you talk about it.
We'll get to that.
We're in the third inning. Thanks for updating that.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 count. Sampson on his third pitch here coming up. Wins at the plate. 1 out. Strike.
Mm-hmm. So you
jersey. Something about the jersey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, being about the jersey.
Yeah, it was about the jersey.
Okay, now when they made the trade with the Raiders.
Oh, and you met him.
You met him.
So I'm guessing it's like a signed jersey?
Everything seems to be that I've seen is that Khalil Mack is the real deal in terms of being a good human being. Yeah. And he dug for that ball.
Not getting through.
Not going past the infield. Out number 2 coming. I think the Bears gave up way too much for him. And so I said, you're saying you cried when Chicago traded him to the Chargers? Is that correct?
Your comments are a little, I don't know if it's your thing glitching out or something, but the comments are a little choppy. So we're not being able to kind of read it all together. That's why. You cried when they traded Mac.
Yeah.
I cried when the Packers traded Devontae. So, I mean.
I get it. You have emotional connections to these athletes. I don't blame you.
When the Packers traded Devontae, that was a terrible day. Marquette lost to North Carolina in the first round of the tournament.
It's a painful day, my alma mater, Marquette University.
And the Packers traded Devontae. This is me. I was literally on the floor crying after I got the notification. And people were calling me, trolling me, of course. Being like, haha, you lost Devontae. Not going to be the same. I'm like, dude, we're still winning the NFC North.
Yep.
I'm like, sorry, but we're still in the NFC North, people.
Okay.
Packers are still the best team. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers left the Packers, I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be mad. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be mad at all.
Aaron Rodgers is not the best citizen, not the best human being.
He's not the best citizen.
But he still gives you the best chance to win.
Yeah, he's a little he creates so much drama.
He's just throwing out his napkin. But I said that the Bears made a dramatic mistake and that the Packers got the better end of the deal in the Khalil Mack situation because they didn't pull the trigger on the trade. And it's not because Khalil Mack isn't a worthy football player. There are times when he played like Lawrence Taylor. He was that ridiculous of a defensive player. That ridiculous.
There we go.
But the reason why I say that,
that's getting through.
We got ourselves a couple of extra bases, or at least one, maybe two.
It's going to be a double.
Double for San Francisco.
Yeah, he went 2. Who's that? Brandon Belt?
That is Tommy Stella.
That looks similar.
But the reason why I say that, there has only been
it's a nice hit.
One defensive player in the history of the National Football League who was ever traded for 2 first-round draft picks and who won a Super Bowl. Only one.
We don't follow Cheesy Stream. I don't really see what I don't.
And that's because the value of a defensive player just doesn't match, for example, the value of a quarterback.
Yeah.
If I get offered 2 first-round draft picks.
Hey, Chris in the house.
Hey,
got a Giants Cubs 0-0, bottom of the third, guy on second, 2 outs.
If it's a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers or someone at that level, who means the importance of multiple defensive players, even superstar level like Khalil Mack, then I make that trade. But I'm just going to give you what the Packers were able to do because they didn't pull the trigger on that trade.
I'll just say this. I'll say this. I'm not mad, or I am mad that we didn't get more for Devontae Adams. I'll say that. He never got any help. That's why he was injured. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to find this. I've got it saved on a tweet that I put out there.
You put a lot of tweets out there about the Packers.
I have. Probably hundreds, if not thousands. But that's also because I get paid to.
That's true.
And I got paid to.
You tweet a lot. Well, I have friends who follow you on Twitter. They're like, "Hey, your dad posted this," because I don't have Twitter. I don't follow anyone on Twitter. I'll check his Twitter every once in a while, but I'll just go on Twitter.com. 3 outs after a fly out to Suzuki and right. We are headed to the 4th. I'll update it.
Here is what the Packers were able to do because they didn't make that trade. They saved enough picks and enough money to be able to sign both Za'Darius and Preston Smith.
Hey, Preston Smith.
Pick up Rashawn Gary in the draft.
Woo!
They would not have been able to pick him up had they made that trade for Khalil Mack.
Gary.
They would not have been able to pick up Adrian Amos.
Core of our defense. That's what you're talking about.
And they would not have been able to get the guy who maybe could be the Packers' backup quarterback, Jordan Love, and maybe someone who they may want to trade to get some value out of.
Oh, please trade him. Talking football, thoughts on your Bengals?
They're on the rise.
They're on the
rise.
Love your new helmets, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Your new helmets are fire. You stream? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, now.
You stream? We do stream. I mean, we're streaming right now.
But, and the reason that they were able to do that.
Oh, you stream the Hall of Fame game? No, we probably won't.
Yeah, we won't be because we're traveling the next couple of weekends.
We'll be traveling.
But because that's called the opportunity cost. That's an old business school term. When you choose to spend money on one thing or spend draft picks on one thing, the opportunity cost is what you would have been able to do if you didn't spend it on that. If you spend $160 on a Milwaukee Brewers jersey for the City Connect jersey for Christian Yelich.
By the way, fire jersey. Just saying.
Best City Connect jersey.
Fire jersey. Just saying.
One of the best jerseys in baseball ever, by the way. The opportunity cost would be the cost of, say, 14 cheesesteak sandwiches at D'Alessandro's or Jim's on South Street, which I hope that place gets.
R.I.P. Jim's.
Yeah, they're coming back eventually, but it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
But that's the opportunity cost, what you would be able to do with that. To give up those draft picks, the amount of salary cap room and the salary that they had to pay Mac, he would have had to have played like Lawrence Taylor. And at his age, he was at his top when they got him. He was heading downward. It cost the Bears too much.
Yeah.
And that's why I said the Packers got out the better end of the deal by not making the deal to get Khalil Mack. It's what got them in. It's what improved their defense enough to make 3 consecutive NFC Championship games.
Yep.
And actually, 2 consecutive. My bad.
And we made 3 consecutive. Oh no, 2 consecutive, but 3 consecutive.
Back-to-back NFC Championship games. And their defense may be even better this year.
I think it will be. Chris, I will say that while we are on vacation in a couple weeks, I am planning. Keep your eye out. We're trying to get our NFL predictions up while I'm gone. We're trying to pre-record NFL and college stuff. I'm trying to work with some people to get college stuff and college stuff up, and then I'm guessing that Nick and I will be recording. I'm guessing maybe while he's on vacation. I don't know when Nick and I are actually going to be recording. I have no idea. It might be while he's on vacation. It might be that Friday, and I'll just edit it all that Friday night.
Okay.
I might have a late night. I'll probably be sleeping in the car.
Yeah,
on Saturday.
May not be a bad idea because we're going to be leaving early from when we're leaving.
Yeah.
King Pookie Nation
Mets
Alvarez, the Mets
trade.
will not be making a trade. You're saying?
Well, they already made.
Oh. You're posting. You're not done typing.
Okay. I remember when I was high on the Bengals midseason. Oh yeah, that last year team was something special.
We had a sense.
So speaking, we were talking about City Connect jerseys earlier today. I made a tier, or yesterday actually. I made a tier list. Hold on.
Cubs and Giants right now tied at 4 in the top of the 4th inning. Tied at nothing top of the 4th.
I made a tier list of MLB jerseys for City Connect. This is not on tiermaker.com. I did this myself on Google Slides, so it's not that good, but it works.
Our weekly discussion of jerseys.
Yes, we're always talking about jerseys. All right, there.
We should do like weekly posts just about jerseys.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
It's fun. We talk about jerseys all the time in the Sorgy House.
Ooh, we're going with a top, upper, outside corner stripe.
Thumbs up, Pops Watch.
Just brilliant.
Foul ball.
Okay.
Look at how slow those things are loading up, Pops.
I know.
There we go.
Because you're streaming on it.
Well, yeah,
that's probably why.
Okay, so now where are the best seats at the Brewers games?
Oh man,
we usually sit
the best value seats.
Best value.
I think in Major League Baseball are.
And we've been over half the stadiums.
In the upper deck, right behind home plate at Miller Park, or now American Family Field.
Yeah.
You're going to pay more if you pay full price for a weekend game, like you're talking about going in that Sunday. But you can get those seats on Monday nights at games for $6.
Uh-huh.
If you are a Pick and Save customer in the Milwaukee area and you save enough of the receipts, if you spend $50 or more for certain specific games.
Start with D tier. In D tier, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Dodgers uniforms. The San Diego Padres, I like to call them their Easter uniforms. The Giants, Gradient Whites, and the Miami Reds.
Anthony Chimino.
What's up?
How you
doing?
doing?
What up? In C tier, we got the Cubs, Wrigleyville, and the Chicago White Sox South Side. Both nice. I'm a sucker for blue and gold, so Red Sox City Connects are awesome.
Did they wear those against the Brewers?
The Red Sox?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If they would have been perfect had they worn those and the Brewers wear theirs, which we'll get to.
And then we have Kansas City's navy blue. I love the fountains.
Yeah.
The fountain look. Then A tier, we have the Serpents D-backs, Space City, Houston, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, Rockies, and then we have the Angels, just fire, coastal, like that West Coast feel. S tier, I mean, it's obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Nats and Brewers.
By far.
All right, stop.
Best looking of those jerseys.
Dun.
King Pookie Nation, you bought a Javi Baez jersey and he got traded. That is the issue with buying jerseys that you're spending $100 plus on.
You got to get that American Express NBA jersey insurance.
There is such thing as American Express NBA jersey insurance?
Yeah, they just started doing it. American Express. If you have an American Express card, you can get jersey insurance.
Gosh. Oh my god!
It's genius, jersey insurance. I need some of that. I need some
especially
jersey
after
insurance.
I bought that Aaron Rodgers jersey, and then he lost his mind in a few things, shall we say? But he's still a quarterback.
showed it. I'm not going to show his feet on. I'm not going to show my feet on camera like he did.
But
6 people. Hello.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Now,
4th inning.
That's why I tend to buy classic jerseys. Like I've got a Bart Starr jersey that I always wear to Packers games when we go.
Yeah.
Or wear down here for big games when we watch big Packers games.
I'll just wear my Rodgers.
I'll occasionally wear my Rodgers, but my favorite baseball jersey is a Cecil Cooper jersey. Mm-hmm. You see that on all our Milwaukee Brewers game vlogs when we're traveling on the road.
Well, not all. You wear your Navy sometimes.
Yeah, but usually for home games.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it once for one of the road games that we went to this year. Yeah. That will be coming up on our channel eventually when we get back to doing vlogging. But I will tend to either go with blank or classic players who have retired.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's going to be very little chance of there ever being a reason I would never want to wear that jersey again. Like with Brett Favre, I could never wear that jersey again.
Really?
Never.
Even after he kind of made up with everybody?
He's having issues
He's currently having fraud issues.
Fraud issues in Mississippi and some of his other extracurricular behavioral issues over the years that he really hasn't apologized for.
Speaking of...
And God bless Deanna Favre for sticking with him with all that. That's hard.
Speaking of Wisconsin sports and controversial people, Josh Hader, the Brewers are entertaining offers currently. They're listening to offers because they're trying, just in case they get a crazy deal. They're hoping that they can get a crazy return. I hope they don't trade him. I don't care. If you could give me, the only thing I think you could give me is Mookie Betts, Tony Gonsolin, Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, and Albert Pujols. And I'd consider...
Not Pujols. I wouldn't even take Pujols.
No, but I mean all of them together.
Oh, okay.
That's the only... I would just think about it.
But...
I want to... promotional stadium giveaways. I want to get some jerseys from... I don't know if the Phillies have... I'll have to see if the Phillies are going out jerseys.
Yeah, the first time we ever came to a Phillies game was actually when we took a road trip just visiting Philadelphia to go see the Brewers play the Phillies 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We all got John Kruk jerseys.
We do.
The adults did.
I have one.
I think you have mine, and that's fine.
I have yours?
Yeah, because you would not have gotten one because you were like...
I thought they gave me one anyway.
Well, maybe they did, but...
I'm going to make that a clinical term, extracurricular behavioral issues.
And by the way, thank you for being part of the solution when it comes to a lot of the interpersonal, mental health issues and being present to others when it comes to that. That I know is what you're doing in terms of your vocation, your career. Thank you. This world needs a lot of that right now.
To the 4 people watching, hello. Glad to have you in here. Do we have any MLB news? Because I'm seeing Jeff Passan joining the crew.
Yep.
The MLB Insider. We are, again, this is a trade deadline. We are expecting a Wilson Contreras trade to come through. We're expecting a Juan Soto trade. We're expecting a possible Ian Happ, David Robertson from the Cubs. Soto is going to be the big name of the deadline, though.
Jeff Passan actually talked earlier today about a Brewers-Yankees trade with Joey Gallo coming in Milwaukee.
Oh, I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't be happy.
Depends on what the cost is. And this is what I was going to say. And I think I've told you this before when I came to the Josh Hader deal.
I'll give him T.C. Gonzalez.
But I'm gonna say this to our audience.
All right.
Every general manager at any point in time will always entertain a deal for any player.
Yeah.
365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Well, maybe if they're sleeping at 3 a.m. or whatever. But they will always entertain a deal if the price is right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, David Stearns, the general manager of the Brewers, gets trade discussion about Josh Hader at least 10 times a year.
Yeah.
So to say that a general manager and a team is entertaining trade offers about a player, they're doing that all the time.
Ahmad Rosario hasn't been that good. I can see that happening. I've heard some things about them selling. I've heard Zach Plesac. I mean, I've heard that the Brewers are among his list. The Phillies are among his list. But
Brewers would make sense because of his dad playing in Milwaukee.
Uncle, yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right.
But more than I don't know why they'd be selling. They have a chance at the wild card. I mean, they should be buying guys. They have Jose Ramirez. They have Zach Plesac. Plesac hasn't been that good this year, but they could buy at the deadline. In
a situation like that, that probably turns into a double buy because the Brewers would need to give up a player to help Cleveland's effort to get to the playoffs.
But of what?
So that'd be a 50-50 deal.
I don't know if it's of what. I mean, if they're selling, then I would see them giving up Plesac. If they're not selling, they won't. Plesac is a really good pitcher. I wouldn't give him up.
But the question would become, is there a player that you can get at a huge position of need that will serve you better than having a player where you already have a lot of strengths, where it won't hurt you as badly and you can get ahead because you're dealing a player already at a position of strength where that can be made up through others?
Who do the Brewers have at a position of strength? Are we talking like Jace Peterson? Is that what we're talking about?
We're talking about Cleveland. Cleveland may have a weakness that they can make a trade with Milwaukee. And I'm just speaking
Exactly, Anthony.
I'm speaking very hypothetical.
Exactly.
30,000 foot level, not necessarily getting detail with the Brewers.
Yeah.
But if it was the situation, is there a player on the Brewers in an area of strength for the Brewers where they don't lose out as much, but that player can help Cleveland more?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think here. I'll go on my Google. I made a Google Doc of trade deadline stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, anyone in the chat below right there, Bill Russell passed away today at age 88. Heartbreaking news. That's down there, all of his accomplishments.
As I've said before, to me,
the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
All-time basketball GOAT.
11 rings.
Better than Jordan.
Here, help me with the 11 again. There we
11.
go. Now we got it. He's one of two North American professional. He's one of two guys.
The only American and one of only two in North American pro sports.
Yeah. To
win 11 rings at your sports highest level. The other being Maurice Richard of the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah. All right. So Guardians. So I looked at their roster, and you could tell me if this is correct or incorrect, Anthony. I had them needing a relief pitcher, catcher, center fielder, and DH. And on my list, I said that they would get Ian Kennedy, Sean Murphy. These were just guys. I just kind of made this up. I think it was Ian Kennedy, Sean Murphy.
As you're expressing, Cleveland needs a player who can hit well.
Ketel Marte, who can hit well. And who's the last guy? Did I have the Guardians at DH? Hold on. Where's my DH section? Oh, CJ Cron. CJ Cron's been great for Colorado.
A couple of base runners on for San Francisco now with 2 out.
And I also want people's opinions on my. I think I want to do when I'm older. I think I want to do T-ball umping.
This is also.
I got my punch check up. Ow! And then he got.
By the way, this is the 3rd anniversary of the last day of our West Coast road trip.
Really?
July 31st.
We saw that. Didn't we see that guy who was getting called up to the big leagues that day? Was that Ramon Moriano?
I forget who it was.
Ramon Moriano. I don't know.
A guy who was
saw some dude in the airport who had Las Vegas Aces gear, and we figured out. I forget who we said it was, but we figured out it was some dude who just got called up to the A's.
We were sitting inside the Oakland airport as we were flying back to Milwaukee after having gone to see the Brewers play the Oakland A's the night before for our 12th stadium to see a Brewers game. That was our all-time greatest sports road trip.
Hit them.
12 days where we went to Phoenix, San Diego, LA, Oakland, and San Francisco in one trip. The most fun. Oh, yeah, he did get hit in the elbow. And a little bit in the ribs, too, Machado.
Not Manny, by the way.
Right. but we went in one road trip to all 5 of those cities. And we saw 4 Major League games, 3 involving the Brewers. Yeah. I mean, just a spectacular trip. I mean, that's why whenever the schedules come out for baseball, for the NBA, because we don't get a chance to travel much for the NFL. No. And we probably won't be able to go to any Packers games this year, but yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I'll throw a link in for people who want to check that out. And if you want to drop off this live to check out our series, that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to find that series here for you. So you can check that out. Let's see, where is that? Here it is. So you can check out the whole thing. The entire thing right here. Oh. Fix that quickly. There it is. Your next 3 hours are taken up. Yeah, there you go. But it's special. It was such a special trip. All right, we have the bases loaded now. 2 out. Some serious scrolls going on here. Jason Vassier, I believe it's pronounced. We are on the cusp of perhaps the first run of the game. Ooh, an inside pitch to make it 1-2. And yes, you are seeing multiple shades of orange in the background in the nearby front seats by home plate because, of course, you have Marlins man in the video at this game sitting in the 4th row. What I love about these Sunday night games when they're played on the West Coast as well, like in San Francisco, I think it's the westernmost major league city in baseball. It's a 4 o'clock start, and in this late July, and especially even in June, it's still daylight, but it's twilight, and it's just picturesque. So while it's dark here in Philadelphia, it is beautiful in San Francisco. Oh, I'll ask you. Have any of our viewers out there ever been to the Bay Area? Ever been to San Francisco? Is this going to drop? Is this going to drop? It drops.
Is that 2 runs?
I think we got ourselves
at least 1 run.
2 runs scoring. San Francisco up 2-0. San Francisco is up 2-0. As you mentioned, Cleveland all-season Josh Naylor is a DH when Owen Miller playing first base for the Guardians.
Josh Naylor, though Owen Miller's all right, Josh Naylor I feel like could be fine. Is he on my fantasy team? He might be. But, yeah.
I love the look that came from Adrian Sampson when he was seeing the end of that play transpire. He just put his glove over his head, just like sort of like Kevin from Home Alone. Speaking of Chicago and great Chicago movies, San Francisco up on Chicago 2-0 with 2 runners on, first and second, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one going off the wall on the shortest center field wall in baseball. 2 more scoring for San Francisco. 4-0 Giants.
Oh, I'm still here, by the way. I'm still listening. I just checked on a stream that I'm a mod on, quick, and somebody in the community apparently is having health issues, and I don't know about it, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but I can't listen because we're live, so I'm confused.
And we just lost our stream.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, the TV went out.
We'll fix it up in a little bit. We'll check it out here on. Chromecast has to restart. Thank you.
Some more stuff. We definitely need a relief pitcher. We have Miles Straw in center field. We do need a catcher that can hit. We're from Marias at DH. We could use someone that strikes out less. I looked at I essentially went, if you don't got if he's not hitting above 700 OPS, then he's not good with me.
He's be very precise as a general manager.
I like guys with over 700 OPS.
Tommy La Stella. Which, by the way, would be a great name of a pasta brand, or the name of a character in a lyric in an opera. And I say that because I'm 100% Italian. On that note, I'm gonna flip to the fifth inning coming up.
Still waiting for someone to tell me what's going on.
And I'm going to take care of some business. I shall return.
Pops, hold on. Look. Something's up with.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some health stuff.
Oh my gosh. Lift up.
Yeah.
Lift up someone named Joey.
Yeah, Joey Foster on YouTube. Something's up. They said it on. He's the head mod on a YouTube channel, and I'm very familiar with him. Been in some chats with him before on YouTube and YouTube chats. So I'm just kind of trying to. Luke Manley, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So yeah, I'm still here, everybody. Just trying to take care of something. I'm asking someone who I'm familiar with in the chat here. So I'm just kind of waiting here. I'm going to hop on this live when Daddy comes back and just be like, this guy's in the hospital, so, oh, and also, big shout out and congratulations to our people over at Traveling Fools. Awesome college football and travel YouTube channel that we've talked in YouTube chats. We're great community over at Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, Ballard Sports Media, the VicTube Productions, Millis Vanillis, list of channels. Sea-Dog, I'll kind of give you a list of them. Tiger Baskins. I probably missed some there, but Traveling Fools just got to 1K. Congrats to them. So just got what happened. So yeah, I'm still here. To the one person watching, thanks for sticking around. Very much appreciated. If you just joined, join us in the chat. Yes, I have. I've actually watched all 4 of the episodes. Awesome series. Have you seen it, Anthony? What do you think? So yeah. I will. So yeah. Oh, we're having more TV problems, but so I guess I'm gonna have to use seeing. Yes, it is. It's great, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm gonna try to go on. Well, his phone's closed. I don't know his passcode. Obviously, I'm his kid, so John Jansen, hello. I apologize. Go Cardinals, go Brewers. Cardinals are doing well though. Go Brewers, go Phillies. Pops.
Yeah.
The thing just had playback problems. We are Brewers fans. They are doing well too. Yes, that's true, John. Yeah. To John, Anthony, anyone else in the chat, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I had to head upstairs to take care of some biz, and
you're good. You're all good. All good.
Also make sure that the lights were turned on outside, so that when Mommy.
What's going on?
Oh, we're lifting.
Lifting Joey.
But when Mommy comes home,
yeah,
that she's not coming home in the middle of rain and can't see outside.
Oh, it's raining? That's not good.
Yeah, it's raining here in Philly.
But yeah.
We'll get the game back here momentarily.
If we weren't live, I'd hop on this live and say, prayers to Joey, but obviously we're live right now.
We still could do that just to say hi.
I'll do it quick. I'll go off.
Sure, that's okay.
I've got the link right here. I'll join. I just gotta. Yeah, all right. I'll be right back.
We got you.
I'll just go.
We got you, John. Thanks for popping on.
Should I go to the? I'm just gonna go to the.
Yeah, little buddy's gonna be heading to a secondary room to just be present to someone at a time of need at this moment. It's fifth inning right now. It is the. It's on the wall right by the door. Bottom of the fifth inning right now, going to the bottom, a San Francisco 4-0 lead at this moment. I'm not sure if this was brought up, John, while you've been in this discussion, but we've been to that awesome park called, of course, Oracle Park, formerly AT&T Park, formerly Pac Bell Park. You turn on the light switch right by the door. It's sort of covered by plastic. And we've been to that park before. We haven't been inside it for a game. We went inside it on our 2019 Brewers road trip. I'm going to pin that to the top of the page. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pin that comment so that you can all see it. And we've been outside of that awesome stadium. We've been in the inside of the shop there. Just a special place. An amazing view. Just an amazing view that stadium provides, especially if you sit on the upper portion by the upper deck. I'll pin that message to the top. So you can see it. But just an amazing place to watch a baseball game. Someday we're going to get there for a game. Absolutely someday. We were trying to get there this year. It just didn't happen. But we need to time it out. That works with the kids' school schedule, my work schedule, and our budget to be able to head out to San Francisco for a game. And that's where, when we go on our Brewers road trips, we always have those different factors that come into play to decide where we go for road games. Because we've been to 16 stadiums for the Brewers. We went to 3 new ones this year, by the way. And we've got stories coming for 3 games from 2 of the stadiums that we went to that we haven't posted yet. We'll be getting that up once we start vlogging again. Or once we start posting vlogs. So we'll share that. But instead of going on a long trip, we went on a bunch of shorter trips this year. All East Coast, because we just moved here. It was our first full year. This is our first full year living on the East Coast in Philadelphia. So we could share our journeys. And we actually have 4 different game stories that so far
Can you set up
that we'll share with you.
Can you set up your computer? The tablet's not working.
Oh.
Tablet internet slow.
Yeah, well, you're in a slow part. Plus, we're streaming. We're doing a lot of video streaming right now, so that's taking up a lot.
So if you can switch.
I see
to your feed. If you can switch to your feed.
Okay, bear with me here.
Yeah, I just need you to switch to your feed, and then I'm gonna take this, leave this StreamYard, go into that StreamYard, come back to the StreamYard.
Okay, so I see what you do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take myself off.
Okay. We'll move you here.
Thank you.
Put myself on.
I'm leaving.
Okay. You saying goodbye?
Bye. I'll be right back.
He'll be back. The kid will be back.
I just gotta do something quick.
Yes, Johnny saw Baltimore earlier this year. We have 3 other stadiums we have to show you of our travels already. There may be more coming. Crossing some fingers. So hopefully we'll get to show you that, plus a lot of other adventures that are coming. But yeah, so far all our adventures have been East Coast. This kid is running like all over the house. Happy Hodag! How you doing? Go anyone but the Cubs. I don't have as much Cubs hatred this year or Cubs loathing this year because of the fact that they're just not as competitive. They've become lovable losers again, if you will. So they sort of feel like the Detroit Lions, if you will, at this point this year. So I don't have as much loathing of the Cubs as much as I know that their fans invade Miller Park too often, and I can't stand that. But I've met too many good Cubs fans, too many good people who just happen to have bad taste in baseball teams. But they're still good people, and they just happen to root for the Cubs. It happens. It happens. So I won't rip good people that way. They just have an issue of geography. It's like us living here in Philadelphia, but being cheeseheads. I was at the office a couple of weeks ago, and we got into sports rivalries and our sports loves. And we have another Packers fan who's not from Green Bay, not from Wisconsin, who works at KYW News Radio. And they were trying to figure out why he was a Packers fan. I'm like, Jay, we get. He's from there. But you? That type of thing. Anthony, you can guess why, as a Cleveland fan, you don't like the Cubs. Oh, I get it. I get it. They kept Cleveland from winning that franchise's first world championship since 1948. It was one curse ending, another one continuing. Happy Hodag. Most of your family are Cubs fans. You admit you cheered for them in 2015, or was it 16 when they won the World Series and broke Anthony Chimito's hearts? And John, you played on a team called the Cubs in Little League. Coach being from Chicago. You didn't mind the Cubs till they got good. Amen. I didn't mind the Cubs until they joined the National League. Because being with Milwaukee being an American League city at the time when I grew up, they were lovable. They never played the Brewers. So it's like, you can root for them. And they always played the day game where you'd watch Harry Carey and Steve Stone on the call. My bad Harry Carey impersonation. But the experience of seeing Wrigley Field, the experience of listening to Harry Carey, how fun he was. And
hey, Odak, hey, everyone in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Hello.
The kid's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, taking care of a few things as we talk here. But yeah, the Cubs back in the day were very lovable. Then they moved to the National League. And then Cubs fans tried to invade Milwaukee 9 times a year. And yeah, Anthony, 3-1. I get you. I don't blame you. Okay, I see what was going on earlier. King Pookie Nation. I don't blame you. When you're trying to type in your phone, I don't blame you at all. And the Milwaukee Braves actually used to play in Boston. Before they moved to Atlanta, they were in Milwaukee. Before they moved to Milwaukee, they were in Boston. The Seattle Pilots were a 1969 expansion team in the American League, and they were about to go bankrupt after a year, and Bud Selig bought them and moved them to Milwaukee, and they've been the Milwaukee Brewers ever since. That's why they're blue and gold, because they used the 1969 Seattle Pilots colors. And the Pilots were brilliant in their decision to use that color scheme. Best color scheme in sports. I loved that 1970 Milwaukee Brewers baby blue road jersey. I loved the 1975 Hank Aaron Milwaukee Brewers baby blue road jersey. And I will forever love the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers road jersey. The year they went to the World Series, the Milwaukee script. John Jansen, you are going to Cardinals Cubs on Thursday. Is that in St. Louis or is it in Chicago? Either way, that is one of the 2 best rivalries in the National League. That and Dodgers Giants. By far the 2 best. I still remember watching Jack Buck, the legendary Cardinals announcer, giving a toast to his longtime Cardinals broadcast partner, Harry Carey, before he went to Chicago, and singing at Wrigley Field, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And he would do "Root, root, root for the Cardinals," and the entire stadium booed him the rest of the way. It was a fun moment, like Euchre doing Brewers. You live very close to the Schaumburg Boomers. That is very close to there. Haven't been to one of their games yet. Years ago, I went to a Kane County Cougars game. And I think they were a Marlins farm team at the time. And I want to say I saw some of the 2003 Marlins. Some of the 2003 Marlins, who won the World Series, beating the Yankees, when I saw that game, at the Kane County Cougars. Oh, so the Boomers are a rehabilitation team. So major league players who are trying to get better, or even minor league players who are trying to get better after injuries, they play there. I also, someday when we get back to Milwaukee, want to go to more of like the Lakeshore Chinooks or the Kenosha Kingfish, the Milwaukee Milkmen, the Final Act Dock Spiders, those teams. Going to some of those games would be fun. That would be an absolute blast. A lot of the North Woods League games. Anthony, being in Cleveland, you're not too far from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You went there with your mom a few days ago. Bucket list. Absolute bucket list. Man. That's one where we would need to take a long weekend to go from here in Philly. Like drive out there on a Friday night, check out the place on Saturday, come back on a Sunday. Do a whirlwind weekend like we did with that Brewers Cleveland game last year in September when we caught that no-hitter in Cleveland. I'll never forget that weekend my whole life. We'll never forget it. Yastrzemski's on with 2 out, 2 on as we speak. A 4-0 San Francisco lead on the Cubs. They are in position to expand it. San Francisco's been hot lately. I mean, what they did to the Brewers in that series a while ago. Wow. Last game you went to, the Green Bay Rockers hosting the Fondy Dock Spiders. The Dock Spiders winning. The Northwoods League, just like what you're describing, King Pookie Nation Alvarez, independent teams that are giving communities baseball during the summer. And I love that. I love that even with the crazy way that Major League Baseball redid so much wrongfully of the minors, that so many cities have still found a way to keep it going. Absolutely love that. I love it with like the North Woods League. I mean, there are like 10 teams in Wisconsin that play baseball. Where we live, we are within a 2.5-hour range of 17 minor league or independent league teams. We're 2.5-hour drive away. Going to the 6th inning, 4-0 San Francisco. After Yastrzemski struck out. We'll update that here for you. All right. Where have all of you been for games, if you haven't already talked about it? Tell all of you where you have seen baseball games, stadiums you've been to for baseball. Anthony, you went to a Lake Erie Crushers game, Frontier League. I believe that's the same league as the Milwaukee Milkmen. That sounds right. Although I think that's also...
I'm back. Hello.
barging in.
I'm back.
And what we use to make our thumbnails, by the way, King Pookie Nation, we keep it simple.
Yeah, we do.
It's paint. I'm going to remove myself. And we're going to bring the kid back in.
Yeah, fix all that.
The kid back in. Just a second. We just use paint. I'm hoping to eventually get into like a lot of the Adobe type of.
My internet. My internet just went out.
A lot of the Adobe type of applications. I'll stay on with you here while you're trying to fix these practical problems.
My internet just went out.
Canva's good. Canva is a very good one.
I used Canva at school before.
I'm gonna have to learn a little bit more about Canva.
I can teach you.
That would be awesome.
I learned all about it. You pay $5 a month.
While you're fixing that up.
Okay, are we all good? All good?
Nope.
You think I'm all good? I'm all good.
Except we have an echo.
Oh, well, you need to get rid of your stuff.
I'll get rid of my stuff.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, we're all good now. I popped in Golden Blue Dude. I've been part of his community for over a year. His head moderator, Joey Foster, is in the hospital. He's doing better, but thought I'd stop in. I was waiting because they're talking West Virginia football tickets. I know nothing about West Virginia football tickets, considering I've never been to a game.
Though we know a lot about West Virginia football because my wife is from West Virginia.
We do know a lot about West Virginia.
So I'm married to a Mountaineer. So we are, by marriage, a Mountaineers fan as well as a Wisconsin Badgers fan.
Yes, to anyone coming into the chat, that's breaking news on the bottom. Or no, it's not.
I wouldn't say breaking anymore because we knew about it in the morning. This morning, but
Bill Russell passed away at 88. Heartbreaking.
Best
Giants up 4-0.
basketball player ever.
Yeah.
Yes, better than Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes, better than Jordan. Because he was the greatest team player in the history of the game.
Oh.
And you play to win the game, you play to win championships.
All right, I'll be right back.
He could have been just as good.
Talk about the GOAT.
Of an offensive superstar, potentially, as Jordan. But he changed his game and made it to match the talents of his teammates who were world-class, fast breakout offense. I mean, they were putting up 130, 140 points a game on offense every night because Bill Russell said, I'm going to focus on defense. I'm going to focus on rebounding. And you can dominate on the other end of the court and get to the bucket before the defense can respond. And he was the best defender this game's ever seen, best rebounder this game's ever seen. And he won 11 championships because of it. GOAT. John Jansen. Busch Stadium, hometown. Been to Wrigley, but the Cardinals-Cubs game postponed. He's been to the Trop, and he saw the Cardinals in Colorado. We've been to Busch. We've been to Wrigley. Love both of those. Those were stadiums 3 and 6 on our trips that are now at 16. Busch was just developing Ballpark Village when we were there. That was all under construction. But the stadium in itself, just by itself, was outstanding. Love the view of the arch. Love the view of the arch. And the amenities were fantastic. And the fans were great to us. And then Wrigley. It's Wrigley. It's Wrigley. How can you go wrong with Wrigley? Even in the state that it was in 2013 when it was a dump.
2015. They didn't renovate it until 2016.
Right, but we were there in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a dump. And it was awesome just because it's Wrigley. Just because it's Wrigley.
All right, I'm done with my run around America.
All right. King Pookie Nation, Jordan took the globe, if you will. He made the NBA game global, 1,000%. Give him all the credit in the world there. His impact on the game was ridiculous. Oh, Boston, we can't wait. We were hoping to go there this year for Brewers Red Sox, but because some practicalities, particularly getting past COVID, my wife and I both had it, and it curtailed a lot of our summer plans.
I got a good immune system.
We couldn't make it this year.
I'm happy I have a good immune system, but I'm not happy you have COVID.
And you are close to so much great for spring training job. And happy Hodag, you've got a great bucket list for those two. Definitely do it. Our bucket list for what we've got left for baseball. I mean, you're looking at so many of the great West Coast stadiums. Going over here to see San Francisco. Checking out a game at Oracle Park. You've got Dodger Stadium, which we've been to. I've seen a Brewers game at Dodger Stadium.
I haven't. I was in my mom's stomach.
You were in your mommy's tummy. So we count it because you've been there, but you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure you see it. San Diego, Petco. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait. Oh, man. And you're right, King Pookie Nation. Checking out that place. That's going to be ridiculous. Someday, get there. So worth it. But one thing I'm sad about with San Francisco, when we were there in 2019, we visited that city for a day. Aliota's restaurant, one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. Amazing seafood restaurant, an Italian restaurant. They closed up because of the pandemic.
They did?
At least so far.
I thought I saw that they were back open.
They are?
Maybe they are. I don't know.
Let me look. Oh, Petco. Yes, go. Absolutely.
If you see me on my iPad, our moderator and I have our moderator Nick, who also happens to be my best friend, Nick the Legend. Him and I chat back and forth. So, if someone was to say something stupid and we needed to time him out, he'll ask me, he'll text me, be like, yeah, should you, or should I time him out? And I'll either say yes or no, whatever.
Aliota's restaurant right now. Sorry, we are closed. In light of recent events, we will be closed until further notice. Stay safe and healthy.
That's not good.
It's been that way for 2 years.
It's really not good.
And eater.com, it says
it may close for good.
It may close for good after 97 years.
That's terrible.
They owe the Port of San Francisco nearly $750,000 in back rent.
That's also not good.
That's called COVID. That is called COVID-19 and the effect of COVID-19. And not being able to open up a restaurant safely in a city that was ravaged by it. And the effect of COVID-19 plus the cost of real estate in San Francisco.
Okay, cool. Jarrett's back in the house.
I mean,
can I get a Hoya?
Hey!
There you go, Jarrett. I gave you your own medicine, but in a good way.
Do you remember how big that restaurant was when we went there?
It was big.
It had to be at least 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And 5,000 square feet in maybe the highest cost real estate district in America, or at least one of them. I mean, if it tells you something, I'm going to do a little research here.
Also, I shouted them out earlier. Shout out again to Traveling Fools. Travel and College Football Channel. Got to 1K subs. You got to get them those watch hours. They had an awesome stream last night where they did some... Where they got, I think they got to 1K on that stream. They had 10 people in the stream yard talking. It was pretty cool to watch.
If it tells you something, in a nearby neighborhood in San Francisco, a 10,734 square foot building, the value of it is $24 million. So if you have property right on the water that is an even higher level type of real estate, something 10,000 square feet might run you 30 million. That's prime real estate. Just the taxes and rents that you're going to pay. I mean, if you look at that, your payments, your rent payments are probably going to be in the range of around $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month. If you are closed for like 30 months because of COVID, that's $600,000 in rents that you have to pay, and you have not been able to bring in a dime to be able to pay for all that stuff. I would have to close too. There's no way I'd be able to afford that. I mean, that is what the combination of the pandemic and high cost real estate in a city like San Francisco did, and why so many great restaurants in fantastic cities closed up. There's just no way.
Bears and White Sox and Blackhawks. I'm guessing you're saying those are your teams?
Okay. Been to a Blackhawks game before.
Shush.
Went there.
I've never been to an NHL game.
We're gonna get. At some point, we're gonna get you a Flyers game.
I've been to an Admirals game. That was fun.
Been,
AHL.
Saw the Blackhawks play the Red Wings, the old original 6 rivalry, and I was introduced to the rivalry by the fact that before the game, they had this video on the big screen of the United Center, and it was a grandpa and a grandson just sitting in the upper deck of the stands. Grandpa reminiscing. He was turning to his grandson and being like, there are 2 words in this life that you need to understand that are going to be really important. And these 2 words are, Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks! Within 3 seconds, 21,000 people were yelling, Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks! Doesn't suck. We've been to Detroit. We love it there too.
We love Detroit. I want to go there. Rooftops at Wrigley.
Amen.
I know people, or I've watched YouTube videos by Austin Kletchka and Dodger Films where they I'm pretty sure were they slept in an apartment. Oh, right there, pregame, in memory of Bill Russell.
Talking about a San Francisco Bay native.
Yeah, well, he wasn't born there. He grew up there, though.
Yep.
Went to high school in Oakland.
Went to University of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Another great Jesuit university. And that place, I think, taught him so much about the importance of standing up for the truth, as he did so much for civil rights during the 1960s civil rights era. He played a big part. And he went through so much in Boston. Because Boston, yes, it has its more liberal side, its more thoughtful side, but it also has a lot of people who are open about racism. And he endured a ton. Yeah. But then he became the first.
Oh, you don't like the White Sox. So you don't. I don't know what you're saying because you said White Sox, and so I'm trying to understand what you're saying because you said White Sox and Blackhawks. So I don't know.
Okay. So you're a Bears fan? Are you a Blackhawks fan? We're guessing you're not a White Sox fan based on what you're saying.
We are
a Cubs fan. Yep. Okay.
But
what I give the White Sox credit for, very inexpensive seat tickets.
what I don't give them credit for is something is having the manager being a man called Tony La Russa.
Yeah, they got issues with their leadership. The only reason Tony La Russa is the manager there is because he's buddy buds with the owner. That's it.
Really?
Yep. That's why. He's buddy buds with Jerry Reinsdorf. Oh, you're describing a YouTube channel. Okay.
Oh, a YouTube channel.
Barroom Newark. Barroom Newark. Okay, I see what that is. We got ourselves a double play from the Cubs that turns the game into the 7th inning. Makes it still a 4-0 San Francisco Giants lead. Yes, but we absolutely miss Aliotos.
Yeah.
By far. But we had so much fun experience in San Francisco. We checked that out on the West Coast trip series that we linked on the top, that we pinned to the top of the chat. We checked out the market right by, it was like the old terminal. I forget what the market was called. It was the old ferry terminal. Like the ferry terminal market or something like that. Whole bunch of great restaurants in there and shops. We headed down and saw what's now Oracle Park.
Should I go into my pool or not? Depends. I don't know.
Ooh, are you speaking of like a football pool? Or are you speaking of a swimming pool? But we checked out Oracle Park. We bussed up to Chinatown. Great dim sum in Chinatown. At Anha Tea Shop.
You said football pool. I'll say I'm just gonna give you everyone a little hint.
Swimming pool.
Hey, go ahead and hop in. Well, after the stream's done. After the game's done, hop in.
Yeah, we don't want you getting electrocuted watching us and going into a swimming pool.
Yeah. But, little kind of thing. Any content creators out there, who post vids.
Mm-hmm.
The Nick and Anthony podcast, we'll be dropping the link in a while, I think. We're going to be doing a creators fantasy football league.
Okay.
If you want to join, you can join. We're just going to kind of, if you want, way to spread people's channels, we're just going to kind of be doing fantasy football. Because why not? We'll have fantasy football, pigskin pick'em, and college pick'em. If you want to join any of those. Pigskin pick'em is NFL, college pick'em, college football. Because, we like all that stuff. Hey, the real TB! What's up? Glad to see you over.
How are you doing?
I was just over on the stream. I told them, I said, after you guys are done, I said, hop on over. I said, you're welcome to come, but when you're done with TB, because, so the real TB, not Tiger Baskins, is here. Not as that's, so glad to see you, the real TB. I'm a Wisconsin sports fan. I made sure to.
Now, for those who are unfamiliar with what we do, we are Sorgy Stories. Yeah. Anthony, Daddy. Right now, we've only been doing streaming once a week. We're going to be taking the next couple of weekends off because of travel. But normally, and we're hoping to get back to it pretty soon, we'll be doing regular weekly storytelling vlogs of our travels, of sports, of food reviews.
Yeah, we do everything.
A whole lot of different stuff.
And then I've got a podcast where we do sports. It's sports, really. We have a couple episodes, Nick and Anthony podcast. You can find it on Spotify.
Well, I work here in Philadelphia for KYW News Radio as a digital editor. So You can definitely check all that.
I'll see. We are chill, the real TV.
Yeah.
We just kind of hang out here, do sports streams.
Sometimes we are extremely into the game that we're watching.
This game doesn't matter much to us.
And also we sort of try and treat it as just coming over to the house, coming into our den to watch a game. We'll offer you some sort of a drink, non-alcoholic if you're a kid, a beer if you're an adult, and just hanging out while watching a game.
Yeah, we just hang out.
It's not as much deep in depth
commentary.
Right. We're not going to look at every single pitch and be like, why is he throwing a changeup instead of a slider?
Yeah, it's just this is what's going on. Glad to have you in here. Hanging out, watching some baseball, whether it's the MLB, NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We've done what we've done.
Did some NBA.
We've done just in general on our channel. We've done NFL, MLB, NBA,
some college football.
We've done a college football live. Hopefully we can get in a couple college football streams.
Love to.
I've been over the Real TB. If you remember from a while ago, American Football Network Lincoln Stevens show. I've done some stuff with him. We've streamed together before. We've done college basketball.
Oh, we've done a ton of college basketball.
We have done a ton of college basketball. We love college basketball.
We've done some videos. In fact, check out the video if you want of the Palestra when we traveled there back in February.
Yes. We didn't really travel there. It's like
we traveled there.
It's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a half-hour train ride, but we traveled there.
We did take the train. I forgot we took the train in there.
But the Palestra is the oldest, maybe not the oldest, but more college basketball games have been played at the Palestra here in Philadelphia than any other arena in the world.
Yeah.
It was the home of 5 Division I teams here in Philadelphia at one time, and it's still the home of Penn basketball.
Yeah.
And the arena speaks basketball history and the culture of the game. It was amazing. Check out that vid.
Yeah,
seriously.
The Real TB, if you're still in here, I'm trying to get some of the community because I feel like I love the college football community. I'm starting to try to go on and Sorgy stories more. Try to get connections for the channel with everybody.
Oh, look at the doggy!
Yeah,
look at the doggy.
It's a dog.
So someone canoeing or kayaking in San Francisco Bay with their dog. That's awesome.
Yeah, just kind of.
That's awesome.
But yeah, just
the doggy. But
we just like
And speaking of college football, I have looked at the schedule.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what games we can get to that's here in Philadelphia or a short drive away.
I want to go to a WV game.
Well, it's probably not going to happen this year.
Really?
Oh, was that a foul ball? It was caught right along the line?
Foul.
Oh, I mean, right along the first base line. Man, that was a shot, and that's a lucky catch. But,
the lady said 2 foul balls. So if you pointed 2.
I want to take you to a game at Franklin Field.
Yeah. Well, we've been to the pen. We've been to the
no, we can say the pen relays there. We'll have that video up for you at some point.
That's when we almost got ran over by Jamaican Secret Service. That's why you should watch that video. Not for the pen relays, because we almost got ran over by Jamaican Secret Service.
Yep.
That's why. That's why you watch that. It has nothing to do with that. But yeah, the college football community is awesome, and I want to get Sorgy stories them linked.
Yep.
Because everyone's chill over there. It's just a whole bunch of college football fans, and we hang out and we talk college football.
It is the middle of the 7th inning. You know what that means.
Get on the piano.
I'm not getting piano.
Hey, let me get my songbook. I have my take me on piano.
Just say it.
All right.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back for it's root for the Brewers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Woo!
But then, of course, in Milwaukee, we continue with dum dum bum 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 bum. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel. We got the Blues on the run. Zing, boom, Torero. Ring out a song of good cheer. Now it's time to roll out the barrel. For the gang's all here.
Go Brewers!
So have we gained or lost viewers after that?
We haven't gained or lost anything.
We were 3, and then they saw us singing, and then we dropped down.
No, that was before. We were at 6, and then we lost. Some people probably went over the TV stream because Tiger Baskins is a cool dude.
John Jansen, remind us what the song is after.
They don't have one.
Do you have a song that you play after Take Me Out to the Ball Game? Because I know you do the Budweiser Clydesdale song and sometimes have the Clydesdales on the warning track. But do you do that during the 7th inning stretch, or do you do that at a different time? Do you have another 7th inning stretch song? What do you do? What do you do there? What's your tradition? And also, do you have any minor league and independent league teams that are close to you?
We have a whole bunch.
Where you live. I mean, we've got 17 of those teams within a 2.5-hour drive.
It's crazy.
We've got to check out some more of those.
I want to go up to the Ferry Hawks.
Staten Island Ferry Hawks, Brooklyn Cyclones.
Yeah.
We got to check out the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. I want to see the Aberdeen Ironbirds. I think Cal Ripken owns that team.
Hey. Oh yeah, I know it's Ripken Stadium.
Yeah. It's definitely named after him. So definitely want to check out those places. I know we're hoping and planning to get to a Wilmington Blue Rocks game too. We've been to one of those. You can check out a vlog from last year when we went to one of those for the first time. And we're hopefully going to get to one of those again this year before the season's out. Then I think after that, we're hopefully going to have a chance to pivot to catch some local college football.
Yeah.
And that's where I talk about, for example, going to go see.
Temple.
They don't really have anybody worthy until November.
Aren't they playing Marshall this year?
I don't think so.
Who are they playing in November?
Cincinnati.
I do love me some Cincy football.
And tickets right now, I think, are in the 60s.
Once Cincy becomes not that good this year, you back. Unlike Texas, Miami, and Tennessee. Great. Respect.
Love it.
Respect.
Love it.
Respect the real TV. Respect.
Love it.
Great. Did the stream finish?
No,
I'm not talking about your stream. I'm talking about talking about Tiger Baskin's stream. The real TV, did they finish up? Because I was literally about to comment and say I'm still here.
Yeah, we lost Chromecast with this game, but we're about to get it back momentarily.
We need to go to Miami Beach. It looks
cool.
Man, I was about to say that.
I would love to see the Brewers play in Miami. That's part of our plan.
But yeah,
Clydesdales on the warning track before opening day.
Clydesdales were in Philly recently. Actually, I was at the game the Clydesdales were in Philly.
I asked that question about more Clydesdales during the game, but
I don't like the Bearcats. I just think they're cool. Respect to them for making the playoffs.
But
that's all.
The reason I bring up the Clydesdales for a regular season game, they were there when we were there. When you were 22 months old. A Brewers-Cardinals game on a Tuesday night in September. And the Clydesdales were on the warning track.
Nice. Was I going horsey?
You might have been going horsey.
Okay, cool.
In fact, I'm going to see if I've got a pic of them.
Can you go on your Instagram and show me on the video board?
I'm first trying to go to.
We got our class. We had all of our junior high go, and we all got on the video board, and we had a lot of fun.
Let me just go to my.
You've got a lot of friends on Facebook.
Yeah, that's not enough. You don't need to bring that up.
Well,
I keep that private.
I know exactly. No one's gonna be able to follow you.
Then don't bring it up. It's okay though. It's okay. Where's that? There, that is. Okay, let me look it up.
I've never seen any of these pics. college football over what? The NFL? Because college football over everything. I mean, I love all the sports. Like, you give me, if you made me, for Christ's sake, sometimes I even watch golf. I don't like to, but when the Masters are going on, I'll watch the Masters. I watch a little tennis. I watch essentially everything. Is that Albert Pujols?
Just wait.
That's not fair. That's Albert Pujols.
Just wait.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just love Albert Pujols. He's just a legend. That's all.
Yeah.
They play the video of them going on the track, but I don't recall them going on the field during the season. Yeah, so we were there for Kids Weather Day, and we saw the trucks. We didn't see them on the field, but we saw the trucks. There we go.
That Albert Pujols.
That's Albert Pujols. And Nigel Morgan, right?
Yep, Albert Pujols and Nigel Morgan.
And whoever the first base coach was
2011, September.
Yep.
And stop sharing there. And then additionally, we're going to show what this little man looked like.
Aww. And there you are in your baby blue jersey.
What this little man looked like in September 2011 when he was 22 months old at his third Major League Stadium.
The real TB, are you still living the dream like you told me you were yesterday?
That was him.
Wow. Well, was
guy.
I wearing that like 80s Brewers hat thing?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like I was wearing.
He had an 80s Brewers hat.
Of course I did. Every little kid in Milwaukee has that. It's such a cool hat. The ball and glove.
At that time.
I mean, I still have a ball and glove hat.
But we do not have a photo of the Budweiser Clydesdale when we were there. But I promise you it was there.
Yeah, so the real TB, whenever he'll always put "Sup Badger Man," and I'll be like, "Sup," and I was like, "How you doing?" He'll always say, "Living the dream."
Boom.
We're all living the dream.
Boom. 4-0 San Francisco, still in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Giants trailing the Phillies and Cardinals in the wild card race. Right now, that'll be interesting.
By far. Oh, he golfed that outside pitch foul.
Man, that hit off the screen.
Yep. A lot of shots have gone off that screen. Again, this is why I love, if you're watching the game in the background while you're with us, I love the 4 o'clock start on the West Coast for these Sunday night games because you've got the twilight, the sunset, and it's off the bay, and you can see the reflection of the sun off the bay. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get there. Oh, I can't wait to get there for a game.
That's you. I am Badger Man. I am the Wisconsin sports fan. Yes, that's me, the real TV. I'm Badger Kid. No, I'm Badger Man. I've been trying to make alt accounts for Wisconsin Sports Man. I'm Badger, whatever the heck you want to call me. Badger Man, Badger Kid. I don't care what you call me.
And there's evidence of that, by the way, because we went to a Badgers-Rutgers game last year. We did there
3 Badgers games now.
More than that.
Really? Yeah, I guess I haven't.
Probably at least 4 or 5. At least 4, I think. Because we took you to that game. I took you to that game last year. And when I was the pregame show host of the Wisconsin Badgers Radio Football Network, he came to at least 3 games when I was hosting the pregame show.
Safe?
He's safe.
I don't know about that, but I
Contreras delivered a dime there.
Pops is now Badger Man.
Badger Man, even though I went to Marquette University.
he's Badger Man. I'll be Mountaineer Man.
Okay, let's look at the replay. At full speed, it's very close. All right, let's look at this.
Out.
Nope, he's barely safe.
Close but safe.
Good call.
Good call by the ump.
Good call, despite the almost Milwaukee Brewers baby blue glove.
Yeah. David Ross are talking about it with the ump. The real TV, I mean, I'm almost the man. I'm getting there.
He's 2/3 of the way to college.
Exactly.
I'll put it that way.
I consider myself a man.
Now, another angle here.
We try to be.
Thank you. We appreciate that big time. Ditto.
The real TB, I know you love college
football.
Here we go.
Answer to our independent ball question. You get the Frontier League, the River City Rascals. Oh, they're not there. The Gateway Grizzlies are there now.
All right. The real TV, I know you love college football. We're doing a college. It's supposed to be for creators, and I don't know if you post videos or not. I think I checked, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But for the community, I'll let people in. I don't really care. We're doing a college pick'em ESPN league for my podcast. So if you want to join, we'll drop the link probably in a couple weeks.
He is literally safe by 2 frames of a video.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're welcome anyway. Anyone in the community, I'm cool with everyone in the community because everyone's cool.
The O'Fallon Hoots.
Interesting name.
Great channel, by the way, a great family travel channel and family channel called Small Stuff, Big Families, based out of the St. Louis area. We should suggest that they go to some of those games because those are great family atmospheres, affordable kind of baseball if you can't afford to get to a major league game.
His wife, my mom, is always talking about Small Stuff, Big Family.
Yep, great channel. Go check them out.
She's like, yeah, they posted a video. I'm like, all right, Mom.
Although I think Anonymami loves them, especially because the mom, the wife in that, is as big of a 1990s country fan as Anonymami is, my wife, your mommy.
Cool. She's not really an Anonymami.
Not anymore.
No, she's not an Anonymami.
Not as much anymore.
I always try to branch out. Yeah, we're trying.
Good move.
I'm trying to get him to branch out into college football content. I know that people love college football. I know like 50 people in the community who love college football. I'm like, come on. Let's.
I think what we could do with that maybe is I can get into sort of 50,000 foot view discussions about the college football overall landscape.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to dive into, okay, does Texas have a better chance of getting to a higher bowl game than Oklahoma State? I'm not going to be able to do that.
Just like a game, like just streaming
games.
games.
Like streaming games and things like that would maybe be.
I'm the college football guy of the family because he doesn't work in sports anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm like, so I'm
even though I was the Badgers pregame show host.
I'm the guy who I'm like, yeah. So I think that I was like, so Oklahoma will finish this record, and then West Virginia will finish this record, and then these 2 teams will play in the Big 12 championship, but this team might not make it, and just turn on a golden bluted video and walk off.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, at least last night on the Traveling Fools thing, he compared himself to WWE.
Speaking of, King Pookie Nation had a question about something very similar.
Not SummerSlam?
We did not. I admit fully and wholeheartedly, we don't do wrestling.
No, we don't do wrestling.
And it's nothing against people who love wrestling.
No.
Not a problem at all.
Actually, I watched some of the Philly Captain wrestling videos. He goes to wrestling. And there's a WWE guy who was there once.
The greatest story I can remember of wrestling, though, was back in our hometown of Milwaukee. From South Milwaukee. One of the great all-time legendary old-school wrestlers called Duck Crusher. Not The Crusher, Duck Crusher.
Like the Bears.
He was at first a meanie, one of the bad guys, but eventually he became beloved and became one of the good guys, if you will. And I remember in the 80s when he was in advanced age, but still athlete enough to get in the ring. There were WWE, back then WWF was in Milwaukee, and world champion Hulk Hogan and Duck Crusher did a tag team match against Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
And of course, Hogan and Duck Crusher won because it's Hogan.
He doesn't know who J-Dub is. But J-Dub, I told him about J-Dub. He's not a... Okay, I need to get you working on getting in the community because I think you'd fit right in. Because so we got J-Dub the storyteller, we got GBD the... I don't know what to call GBD. I let the real TV talk about Golden Blue because I'm a mod on his channel, so I'm not gonna say too much. I don't want to get my mod title taken away.
Okay.
Is Pops a J-Dub fan? J-Dub's interesting.
Speaking of, we got bases loaded one out for the Giants, by the way.
That sounds like a J-Dub moment. Yeah, J-Dub tells stories, and some people say that it makes him fall asleep.
That's what I'd be doing. Is telling stories about college football and
Because
stuff
his
like that.
voice is like Ames, Iowa, Ames.
So he basically talks like a really quiet Harry.
Callous, kind of. Ames, Iowa. Ames, Iowa is where J-Dub lives, and he talks about growing up in Catholic school, and the Knights of Columbus, and
My grandfather was in,
and Iowa State, and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it's interesting.
Plus, having not gone to a college football university, went to Marquette University, undefeated since 1960, which is awesome.
GVD used to get in trouble. He won't be mad. Yeah. The real TV. Did you see the Joey Foster news? He's in the hospital.
Yeah, we're lifting him up big time.
It came out recently.
Say some prayers for him. Big time.
That Joey is in the hospital. He's doing better. I hopped on the Golden Blue Dudes live just to, say I'm praying for him. But yeah, Joey's in the hospital right now. Apparently, May and Matthew told me that he did something.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk baseball, college football. Happy Hodak, if you're in here. You sort of gave a little bit of an inkling to this. Bucket list sports destinations you want to get to.
Bucket list? So
any sport.
I've told him I want to go on a road trip. Dream road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Start at Penn State and State College.
Okay.
And go Penn State, Virginia Tech, Clemson, Georgia.
You want to do that in like 2 consecutive weekends?
Or however long it would take.
That would be a hard one to do in 2 weekends. You might need to do it in 3 unless you have like a Thursday night, Saturday night type thing.
I mean, we could go to Bucket List or Bucky's List. There has been some Bucky stuff.
We've never been to Bucky's. We are, I think, down the road, we're going to be doing a video of Quick Trip versus Wawa.
Yes.
Camp Randall. Oh, I can tell you all about Camp Randall.
Yes.
I worked at Camp Randall.
You did.
Doing Badgers pregame shows for 2 years. That place, oh my gosh. It is as crazy as advertised. When I had a good friend of ours who went to Oklahoma State, went to games at Oklahoma. And, I mean, they're crazy about college football in that neck of the woods. Took her to a Wisconsin Badgers game in September against UCF. And they destroyed UCF. And it was, she's like, we got nothing on you. You are crazy. You are crazy nuts fans.
Jump around.
The jump around, there's nothing like it.
German Mercedes! Yes!
The jump around at Camp Randall.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm
literally.
Saying. The real TV. That's what I'm
literally.
Saying. You got it, Pop, when you're up early, you got to get on Lou's streams and watch those. Lou's morning show streams are fun.
Maybe if we're going to do college football, maybe our best bet would be a pregame one.
Pregame college football show?
Pregame college football discussion live. That could be fun.
Well, I need to talk to Statsheet Sports.
We've got an injury.
Higgins
for the Cubs, and they're like, get someone out here.
You were at the game just before Jump Around, Hodag was.
Okay.
The game before Jump Around started.
Oh, so you're talking like the game before the Drew Brees Purdue 1998 night game. While we wait to find out what's going on with this injury, we'll discuss this.
Not looking good.
Drew Brees and Purdue came in on a night game in Madison to play the Badgers.
Okay, now we need Zach the Purdue fan and Boiler up.
And they were trying to find some way to get the fans excited.
He's out.
He's out. He's hurting. He's going to be limping, but he's...
It seemed like a shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's grabbing his left leg.
Okay, let's see this again.
But they're trying to get the crowd excited.
Oh.
Yeah, he slammed it with his leg. He slammed right into the signage.
I want to have...
the pole. The pole right by
I also
the
want to have from all 30 teams. I mean, I have a card from all 30 teams. I actually have probably hundreds of cards from all 30 teams because I'm a big card collector. I have baseball, NFL. I even have some college cards. I have some college football and college basketball cards.
So the fans they're trying to figure out a way to get the fans excited up in the game operations booth. They're like, let's figure out a song that maybe be able to get the whole crowd excited. So they play House of Pain Jump Around. Literally, the whole student section does the jump around.
Yeah.
They go off on it. And the place went bonkers. The Badgers upset Purdue, went on to win the Big Ten title, went on to win the Rose Bowl. But later on that year, they're like, okay, it was a night game. Let's try this again for an 11 o'clock start.
The Real TV. Can you read that?
I will in a moment. I like Pops, J.W. Sling Driver, part of the Hardee's Breakfast Crew.
Celine
The
Driver.
Hardee's Breakfast Crew. Hardee's will kill you. They will destroy your arteries.
So, well, that's another college football community joke. Hardee's.
Okay.
Buc-ee's, Hardee's. They're all jokes about those.
I need to be indoctrinated in all this.
Celine Driver is this guy in Florida, another storyteller.
Okay.
You're like a storyteller. You're like a sports historian, storyteller.
Sure.
But you don't talk like this. You talk like,
Yeah.
Same. John Jansen. Like, yeah, I have like just up in my room, I have these just boxes stacked with cards.
Yep.
And I try to sort them. I'm like, yeah, this just isn't gonna.
But they're checking out. Okay, it's an 11 o'clock game. Not as much of the student section is going to be here. Let's see what happens. Are they going to be excited? They play the jump around at the start of the fourth quarter. Same thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, 24 years, going on a quarter century next year, they're going to be doing the jump around at the start of the fourth quarter at Camp Randall.
Yep.
And it literally gets on the Richter scale.
It does.
At the University of Wisconsin Geology Center nearby. There is literal shaking on the Richter scale.
Can we talk about other unknown things about Camp Randall?
Sure.
In Wisconsin? Like Bucky? Can we talk about the
When
Bucky
I was the Badgers
secret?
pregame show,
I love this.
the head of the game operations for the mascots did an interview with me, and she admitted that on a game day, there are 7 Bucky Badgers. 7 people are playing Bucky Badger at a different point. And yet not once has Bucky Badger been discovered twice at the same time inside the stadium. They coordinated so perfectly that when one Bucky goes, another Bucky comes in. Never are they seen at the same time in public.
Yeah. I sort by team. I want to do that, except also, and then sort by player name. And then there's this app called Collects, and you can like scan your cards and keep track that way. I want to scan it so that I can just look up a card and I'll have it in my details to know where it is. Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. Justin Fields. He's actually, his O-line sucks. If I'm gonna be honest, his O-line sucks. Now you got Lucas Patrick for the Bears, so maybe he'll be okay. But
It didn't take half.
yeah, you're in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I saved it in the 8th inning, but didn't show up.
Oh yeah, you probably just accidentally.
That's better.
There we
Okay.
go.
Now, if Justin Fields ever gets pass protection, watch out.
He's gonna be good.
Watch out.
I mean, the Real TV also, I'm guessing, knows. Knows about Justin Fields. I mean, we all know about Justin Fields. He was in the community. Or he was the QB for Ohio State. I don't remember watching.
Justin Fields was in their YouTube college football
No.
community?
I mean, I was thinking about the Real TV. No, he wasn't. Have there been any former players who have been in the community? I don't think so. Nate DeGray, the Nate DeGray was a high school football player.
Okay.
He has a recruiting profile.
Nice.
That was on the morning show once. Morning show is that's where everyone hangs out. Uncle Lou is where the Badger kid. Exactly. And before he, okay. I told him about Raj last night. Raj is the guy who goes, "What's up, MFers?" That's Raj.
You did tell me about that.
That's Raj.
You did
Raj
tell
is
me about
crazy. Raj yells a lot. Raj likes
Nice.
to talk. Raj is cool.
Nice.
Raj,
All right.
Raj is awesome.
I will tell you, I've been, by the way, since we were talking about bucket lists, I have been to at least now
We were talking about this the other day.
3 of my bucket list stadiums. Lambeau Field, easily. Because
Obviously.
going to Packers games, covering the Packers. Wrigley Field was definitely on that list. I've been there twice in my life.
Can I guess another one?
Yeah.
The Rose Bowl?
I covered a Rose Bowl.
Now, let me give you a couple other ones.
Okay, go ahead, and I'll tell the story about the Rose Bowl. Go ahead.
Horseshoe, you've been there. I feel like that's a bucket list, the Horseshoe.
It's not as much as the Rose Bowl, but for some it is.
And the Coliseum.
We have been to the LA Coliseum.
I've been outside of it.
Yeah, I've been inside it. The Coliseum was when I worked in Milwaukee at WTMJ.
Yeah. Brian Denny's on the bucket list for me.
That, especially if you're a big college football fan, by far.
Oh, yeah.
But the Coliseum, I was with WTMJ Radio, and you were there. You were inside Mommy's tummy.
Yep.
And we were on our baby moon, which is when we also saw the Brewers play the Dodgers. And I did my only work assignment while I was in Los Angeles. I interviewed former Packers great Willie Davis at the site of Super Bowl I inside the Coliseum. And we sat in the first row during this interview, right by the sideline where he stood for Super Bowl I when they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And we got to walk through that tunnel right in the southwest end zone.
There's the dog
is a
again.
legend. There's the doggy. That doggy's huge.
The real TV. There's a dog on a paddleboard in McCovey Cove, which is the area of San Francisco Bay, right outside of the stadium.
And petting the big doggy.
I wonder if it's a Portuguese water dog because that's
huge.
Because Portuguese water dogs used to fetch baseballs.
As big as a human being.
Yeah, it is.
But the Rose Bowl story. Second year I was covering the Badgers. The Badgers went to the Rose Bowl and they played TCU that year. I had to fly from Milwaukee through Baltimore to get to Los Angeles to cover the game.
You said that wrong. There's no place like Baltimore. Like the PA announcer says.
The PA announcer for the Baltimore Ravens. Check out our Packers Ravens vlog.
He yelled that O for like 5 seconds.
Packers Ravens documentary, by the way.
That's a documentary.
That wasn't just a vlog. That was a documentary. 35 minutes worth, but it's awesome.
You can't. Is this a JW story? No, it's not a JW story.
And we went to cover the Rose Bowl, and the day before, we sat up in the press box. The engineer for the Badgers Radio Network and myself sat up in the press box. And we had a chance to go on the field. Oh, my gosh, just incredible to stand on the field at midfield and in the end zone for the Rose Bowl.
This does kind of feel like a JW story, except it's about the Rose Bowl. And I don't think J-Dub's ever covered. J-Dub always talks about seeing the athletic director of Iowa State in an elevator on campus and talking to him about conference realignment.
I have stood in an elevator with Dick Enberg.
What?
Yeah.
Can quick. I just want to hear this quick.
Yeah, I was covering the Milwaukee Brewers game.
Okay.
He was the TV voice of the San Diego Padres at the time.
Okay.
And we just went down an elevator.
Did you talk with him?
Yeah, I just said, hey, how you doing?
And he's like your role model when it comes to
He was like my idol as a broadcaster.
Okay.
And I've interviewed him once as well on WTMJ when he did something
for
a play with Al McGuire.
True, the real TV. True. You did something with him for Al McGuire?
Yeah, because he wrote a play about Al McGuire. One act play about his life. And great play, by the way, if you ever want to check it out. What was it called? What was it called?
Thoughts on, we'll get to that in a second, John Jansen. You can't see the Cubs game. Well, we can't see the Cubs game either because our Chromecast just went out again, so we're fixing that.
Yep, we're in the process of getting to that, but right now it's 4-0 in the 8th inning.
Yep. Let me pull up game day just to make sure we're not missing anything. We've got our 2 computers set up, making sure we don't miss anything. There we go. Still 4-0. Badger Kid, how did you explain? Well, so technically, the real TV, he introduced me to the community because he watched Golden Blue Dude. He didn't really comment.
When they were first starting.
Yeah, when he first started, he just found him, and then I watched Golden Blue Dude, and then I found everyone else. So I'll just kind of talk about these guys. I'll be like, yeah, D4 Sports, or yeah, VicTube, but yeah, they're all cool. So the morning show, Uncle Lou's morning show, they talk about literally the most random stuff. It's just whatever. They're
Are they
got
feeding the big doggy
No.
a hot dog?
showing the big dog. Yes, you have YouTube TV. That's weird. I don't know what to tell you. So now we got the game back, so we can go back to StreamYard. All right, there. They just keep showing the dog. The dog's just licking someone's finger.
Probably tasting what a hot dog tastes like. Now, but a hot dog does not beat Milwaukee bratwurst. It just doesn't. Bratwurst with secret stadium sauce and sauerkraut. Best baseball food in the world.
I didn't even know it was 9:45, man. This game is...
Pops knows the Golden Blue dude, a seasoned vet, I guess.
He's a seasoned vet. He knows all these people. I tell him about...
What Golden Blue dude is a master of is sticking to one subject that so many people love and doing it every day.
That's why he's almost at 10K.
I mean, with us, we just show our lives because, I mean, we're busy with so many other things.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy. I mean, between our travels this summer, which there have been a lot of, and we'll
we've
show a
got
lot
some
of that.
great content to show once things get colder this year.
I guess we posted a new video. Hang time.
And we'll be definitely bringing back and getting a lot more new content going. I have a project that I'm working on that is probably going to be what's going to delay us.
The mustard shoe.
Doing vlogs again until that point.
It's on ESPN, King Pookie Nation Alvarez.
But what's this? Pops has to watch Mustard Show.
That's it. It's the mustard shoe instead of the morning show.
It's the Mustard Shoe.
Because Tennessee fans with the mustard and the Florida-Missouri shoe thing that happened. A player threw a shoe at the other player, and they named it the mustard shoe. Yeah.
But what's with Tennessee mustard? Catch me up here.
Some dude threw mustard on the field in the Tennessee game. That's what happened.
Okay, I can understand if you're being unruly and you want to throw something on the field. I get that. But why mustard?
The Real TV channel for you to check out, Hang Time. It's the Oklahoma punter. He posts videos.
King Pookie Nation. Let's see here.
I don't know who that is.
Do I personally know Mike North? No, I don't.
I actually don't even know who that is.
But I know who one of his coworkers was, and I've talked to one of his coworkers, his ex-coworkers back at the Score in Chicago. He was with the Score at the time. Dan Bernstein, great talk show host in Chicago. He had the job that I later had.
Exactly.
Tennessee man throws mustard bottles when they lose.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the explanation.
Yes.
But I worked with a minor league basketball team called the Rockford Lightning in Rockford, Illinois. The play-by-play voice of their team for a couple of years.
Not a photographer, the Real TV. Play-by-play.
The actual play-by-play.
Yeah.
And our coach was Stacy King, former Chicago Bull. I worked through 3 ownership changes. And actually, no, 2 ownership changes, 2 league changes as well. And I was their play-by-play voice for a couple of years. Previous to that, Dan Bernstein had that job before getting a job doing sports talk in Chicago at the Score. So I've had a chance to talk with Dan.
Okay.
Good dude.
He's sometimes on that. Are the grass different shades of green? I'll tell you.
They are.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, they are. Like the
lot.
grass bordering the infield dirt is a lighter green.
I mean, that's how a lot of things are, though. They make the green to make it cool. To make
it does
cool
stand out.
All right, let me tell you. Here's the list of college football channels I'm sub to that I actually watch. Ballard Sports Media, Alabama. BVD, Tennessee. I'm still sub to Caleb. Caleb doesn't post much, but Caleb and we're cool. Obviously Sea-Dog. I gotta keep scrolling.
And we're about to go to the bottom of the 8th as the Giants have avoided 2 runners on with 2 outs. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. 4-0 San Francisco.
GBD. Joey. I'm sub to Joey. He doesn't post. He only, yeah.
Great for Joey Foster.
Yeah. Jordan Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
Where's D4?
Oh, King Pookie Nation Alvarez. Oh, we got to work on you.
D4
you
there.
don't like college football. Tell us why.
Yeah.
What is it that you don't enjoy? Help us understand.
SG1 Sports. Yeah, we're cool with SG1 too.
So tell us why.
D4.
So we can understand.
I skipped over D4. College football is fun. This in the community. I'm trying to get some Nick the Legend into it because Nick the Legend likes college football.
Yeah, Philadelphia is not a big college football hotbed. We got a lot of teams around here.
Penn State owns.
Penn State owns, but you've got a lot of smaller level college football around here that is fun to experience. You've got Penn, you've got Temple that sometimes brings in some big time programs to play them. You've got like Villanova, Delaware, who are some really good Division 1AA FCS, if you will. Really good programs.
College football is not for everyone. That's true.
And you're saying King Pookie Nation Alvarez just NFL. Hey, if that's what you love, it's what you love.
John, hop on some of the college football streams. We need some Mizzou love in there.
Now,
Mizzou gets hated on sometimes because they
haven't
been that good recently.
I'm more of an NFL guy myself.
I don't really care. Give me either, and I like it.
Because I grew up with the Green Bay Packers. The NFL is the thing.
But we watch college football when we're home on Saturdays, which sometimes we aren't. We watch college football.
And I went to a non-college football.
Yeah.
Video controls are restricted for this channel. Okay, I think we're back in.
Yeah, we're back in.
Okay.
Let me keep going. Maddie Sims, Whaler out, Michael Hogg.
That's a big boat.
That is a big boat.
That is a huge boat.
Millis Vanillis is awesome. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels.
Yeah.
Pay Productions. He hasn't posted anything in a while. The Real TV. Do you remember Sam Pate? Obviously, I'm subbed to Pigskin Pete.
King Pookie Nation, you root for U of I, the University of Illinois. And happy Hodag. Yep.
So the NFL
is the game.
Exactly.
When you have a radio station in Green Bay that is called WNFL, guess what you love? Guess what you love there?
Reese Farrell, OG Golden Blue Dude, I'm subbed to him.
What college football has over the NFL is level of energy and passion at the games themselves. Because it is the college atmosphere, the student body. That is the advantage with the college experience. With the NFL,
Alabama doesn't have protein. True.
With the NFL, it's the quality of play. It's just so much better. So much better.
Raj Light, I'm subbed to Raj. Let's keep scrolling. Scotty B, the Baylor King.
I assume WNFL has had the Packers games up in Green Bay for years. If so, you've heard my voice on WNFL.
What is WNFL?
Radio station up there.
I was like, I missed what you said. I want the Power 5 conference helmet. Yes, John. I've been wanting that because I love to get like all the college football helmets, mini helmets.
64 college football helmets or so.
Yeah,
wow.
65, including Notre Dame. Which
Right.
I'd obviously have. I'm subbed to SG1 Sports.
Which is why if what you want to happen happens with Vanderbilt going to the Ivy League,
yes!
it would be a perfect setup of 64 teams
Vandy!
in a college football higher level mega league.
Vandy out. Kick him out. It's not going to happen. Hot take, the Real TV, because we've talked about this, of the stuff we've seen in between the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and their reports on college football, money, fans, all that. I've come to the conclusion that if there's a team, if they let Notre Dame into the Power 64, who's Vandy? Exactly. West Virginia would probably get left out because we're the lowest Power 5 team when it comes to cash. And we're lower than BYU, if it tells you. As I keep going here, Taco's Pit. Taco's Pit's awesome. Cool Pitt and Packers fan. Not Nathan Great, the Nathan the Great. Of course, the Uncle Lou, the Victor Productions.
Okay, Ohio State.
It's a way they're trolling Ohio State. That's what they're doing.
Beautiful.
They're trolling them.
John Jantz, the Pac-12. You got a Pac-10 helmet instead of Utah. Go check out the Brewers Oakland A's video that we had. We had a fantastic blooper where I kept calling the University of California Memorial Stadium a stadium in the Pac-10 instead of the Pac-12.
Tiger Baskins, obviously. Tim Prangley, USC.
If it says something, Vanderbilt has only been to 9 bowl games in their history.
WVU has Pat McAfee. They'll be fine.
Oh, my gosh.
I love Pat McAfee. Traveling Fools, obviously, on sub 2.
Pat McAfee needs to get his boy Aaron Rodgers to a WVU game.
Between the Trenches.
He needs to get a game, a non-conference game between WVU and Cal.
I don't know.
You got an inside pitch and a giant getting hit.
Yup.
There could be a little bad blood going on here.
Who else? Zach the Purdue fan and my boy Young Link.
There could be a little bad blood happening. Yeah, he delivered that thing right at his ribs, and it looked like winds actually sort of dived into it in order to get hit.
I forgot that this channel even existed. If you've ever heard of That's Amazing, I know about 2 secret channels. I know about 2 of their secret channels, so
I'll be right back.
That's always I've been informed by them. That's all I'll say about some secret channels, and I have the links to them. So that's kind of interesting. I have fun. I also subscribe to Kuz's Corner and LuTube. Where am I subbed to LuTube? I think I am. Where's LuTube? Well, I guess it's not showing up. Now I gotta go back to LuTube and make sure I'm subbed. Where's Chest Hall? TikTok. Chess. I don't even know. Am I on sub to TikTok? Chess Hall? I might be. The Real TV. What happened to Chess Hall? Because what was that? I remember. Have you heard of College Football Chronicle? Yeah, I think I actually have. I will check out that video. Yeah, The Real TV. What happened exactly with that? Because I remember that there was some controversy in the community and there was some stream, but I kind of missed out on some of that because someone offered to pay someone. What happened? I'll never heard of her. But what was that whole thing? Because I forget what happened. I zoned out for months from the community just because school. YouTube. Hold on, I'm going back to YouTube. Okay, I am subbed to YouTube. I'm just bet. Good. Just want to make sure. You can see the last two Mustard Jews I have watched. And I've watched more. I missed some. I missed one. And then, I've been watching most of them. Mail time, I for almost the last month, I've watched every Mustard Jew. Drama and people letting their egos, that's what I thought. That was crazy, though. I was talking to American Football Network from back in the day. Him and I, we talk on the phone all the time. He actually got all his videos deleted. Okay, now I got The Real TV. Talk about some drama. I'm going to go on to our secondary computer and find the stream. We had a little bit of drama. Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. I just realized. And also, our stream setup is wrong. I just also realized that. Better. Okay, there. We got our stream setup. Better. But, I was on with American Football Network and one of his buddies during the Ole Miss Baylor game. And some dude named Hunter showed up. And we had a little bit of fun. Watch it after the stream. I'm going to pull this up. We went a little too far on this guy because he's crazy. We always talk about it. We talk about it all the time. I'm trying to find something quick on Chicago Sports Network.
Did he break something?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I was being silly.
I was changing. Our setup was on the 2 people setup.
Oh.
The entire time. So I fixed that. Hold on. I'm going on Chicago Sports Network. Where is it? Okay, that's 9 months ago. I'm trying to find our crazy Hunter stream. You remember that?
In the meantime, bases loaded and 2 out for the Giants. They almost added a bunch of runs, but a beautiful play at first base. We're now going to the 9th inning.
And I just want to make sure.
Screen.
I want to make sure I got the. Hold on. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm trying to look this up so I can find it, so the real TV can enjoy this.
Oh, jeez.
Comical. This is absolute. It was funny.
Okay.
I'll say it was funny. I don't really want Grammarly right now.
In the meantime, I can bunny him.
Okay, don't. Just don't. Please don't.
He does it to me all the time. I can do it.
That's so 2019.
So?
I'm trying. Where in the heck?
Bunny earring was like decades beforehand.
True, but I mean, the wrong person for drama. Trolling is a different story. True, but this isn't really. Yeah, everyone's good at trolling. Everyone's good at trolling in the community because I don't know why we're all good at trolling, but we are. I don't troll that much, but yeah, there's a lot of trolling that goes on. I trash talk, not gossip. This was. I don't know what the heck I would call this. This is me and. And I think this is the right stream. Yeah, that wasn't it. But some dude named Hunter, who was being crazy, came in to the live. The footage got deleted, sadly. And he said he wanted to fight us. So I said, come to my house. It's 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Let's fight. And the guy believed it. He's like, all right. He was like, he was gone. Like, you could see there was just like a whole bunch of weed. It was just hectic.
Do you know what 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is? I'm taking a guess. Most of you do.
Everyone does. It's the White House.
Yeah, it's the White House, exactly. And the fact that he didn't know that.
And he's like, he said to one of them, he was talking about his mama, and he was talking about, and his buddy was telling him stuff, and they were like just messing, bro, and they were gone, and we had some fun with them, but the footage got deleted. It was after the Ole Miss Baylor game. It was January 1st. We were having fun.
Right after we did our Rose Bowl live. Yeah. That did very well, by the way.
What I want to do is, I love, because they did a whole bunch of bowl games last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to do a bowl marathon with them. Throughout bowl season.
We're going to be sitting
exactly
at your grandmother.
But they cover
place doing that the whole time.
I can do that, but I mean, some games they cover, some games because we do stuff with them.
Yeah,
they do. I know a couple live streams that they're planning for college football, but yeah. Also, NFL news: Deebo Samuel signed or extended with the Niners.
They just showed the San Francisco Bay Bridge, and our first meal in San Francisco, you had bad chicken tenders. I had a great burger. And we step outside, and as we're turning to the other side of the San Francisco Ferry Building, we turn right there. The Bay Bridge. Oh my gosh! Best place ever to have bad chicken tenders.
All right, so we talked about. I never gave my sports bucket list.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Penn State, Virginia Tech, and then.
Well, yeah, that was just like a dream trip. I'll start with the NFL. I've done Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that. For an NFL game, I don't know where else I would.
Kansas City and Seattle would be fun, but they're not Lambeau.
Yeah. Then I do have one. I mean, it's kind of obvious. LA. So far,
it's a new stadium.
It's a beautiful stadium.
It's a beautiful stadium, but it's just sort of there.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to go to a game at the Coliseum.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get to next. College football. Penn State, obviously West Virginia, for my team. I've been to
family reasons.
I've been to a blue and gold game there the spring game, but I've never been to an actual game because
Mm-hmm.
we were 11 hours. 11 hours away. More than that, like 12 hours to Morgantown, direct, and now we're like 4 now. We can go. We can go to Morgantown. We all the Rams. I just mean the stadium, not like the Rams. I certainly appreciate that we have Lambeau. It's Lambeau.
Exactly.
Lambeau.
It's one of the world's great sporting venues.
Yeah.
It is, and it's history.
So Penn State, obviously West Virginia, Virginia Tech, Georgia, Clemson,
Yeah, like I've been to my Big Ten bucket list stadiums. I've been to the Big House in Michigan. I've been to Columbus. I've been to the Horseshoe.
Exactly. You don't claim to be a fan of every team. If that's what you're saying, you won't be taken seriously. Yeah.
We're not a fan of every team, but we're a fan of the experiences of going to the games at these places.
I root for 2 teams. I root for Wisconsin, and I root for West Virginia.
And Marshall.
Marshall, I like other teams. Like, for example, for family reasons, I'm not a fan of them, but I like Marshall. I like Alabama. I like Tennessee. I like Notre Dame. But I'm not a fan of them. But that's because my grandpa loved Alabama and Tennessee. I don't know why.
Even though they're rivals.
He just loved them. He would just yell, Alabama and Tennessee. And then we have family friends who were Notre Dame fans. I have a Notre Dame hat. And then Marshall's where my grandma went. So, simple there.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, just stadiums, then, Bama, Florida State would be cool.
Yeah.
The Swamp. I've heard stuff about, like, just kind of naming off places. The Grove, Ole Miss.
True.
Knoxville.
They all seem fun.
Yeah, they all seem fun. A&M.
Notre Dame Stadium, though. Absolutely want to
Touchdown
go to the game
Jesus.
there. That's a bucket list.
I just want to see Touchdown Jesus. I could care less about going to the game. I just want to see Touchdown Jesus.
A game at the LA Coliseum is bucket list for me.
Rose Bowl.
By far.
I
mean, it was such a gift to be able to cover that game and get to that game.
Boulder, Colorado.
Of an individual game that I would really want to go to,
Stadium.
Oklahoma, Texas at the Cotton Bowl.
Yes, Cotton Bowl. I want to hit it. Other stadiums, Iowa, awesome atmosphere there.
Fun.
I'm just naming
Got
off
that one.
atmosphere. Like just cool places. Michigan, all that.
Now,
Ole Miss have bourbon fountains. I don't know why I was saying Chris Bowman.
that's like a bar in Milwaukee called Drink Wisconsin Bleed. They have an actual water fountain, or as we call it, a bubbler. That is hooked up, and instead of feeding water down the system, they feed brandy old fashions.
There's one outside the Bucks Arena. They would drink Wisconsin Bleed bubbler.
And does it serve brandy old fashions?
I don't know, but it's in the drink. It's right outside the drink Wisconsin Bleed.
Then I guarantee that's water.
Oh, it is.
But if there's one that's inside the pub, it might be a bubbler that serves brandy old fashions. We got now 1 and 2 count.
Yes,
2 down.
Yoda gets a bubbler. Here we go. This is it.
San Francisco up 4-0. This could be it.
Fenway, Wrigley, the UC, MSG. Just
MSG is a bucket list spot.
Just anywhere cool. Here we go.
By far.
High
inside 102 mile an hour pitch. Yeah, but Franklin Field, we can get there. That's a bucket list stadium for the history.
The real TV.
Of football there.
In this kind of game, this is the only time we're focused on the actual game is when it's the final out.
Well, or what could be the final out.
Yeah. 2-2 count to Suzuki.
Oh.
Swing and a miss.
San Francisco 4. Chicago, nothing. Your final.
As we are guessing that this is the coldest game you've ever been to. Coldest game I've ever been to. I gotta think about that.
Coldest game I've been to.
I haven't been to that many cold games at Lambeau.
The 1994 NFC wildcard playoff.
I thought this game might have been in Baltimore when it's like 30 degrees.
College basketball. Oh, Brock Cunningham. Nice, John. Nice. Fly the L. Oh, come on. I know. Coldest game I've been to. 1994, NFC wildcard playoff. Packers against the Lions. It was 30 degrees, so not horribly cold. That was the game where the Packers defense shut Barry Sanders to -1 yards. Just shut him down.
Okay, the real
and the Packers
TV.
won that game.
Because there was some controversy on Traveling Full Stream last night about this. Is this the correct way to do horns down? Am I doing that right? I'm not good at it, but I'm working on it. Because they troll the Texas fans all the time with the horns.
I know. I'm not a troller. I that's the thing. I'm not a troller. If you want to troll, I wasn't alive at that point.
Yeah,
I'm an old fart. I wasn't alive yet.
That's good. The real TV. That's
now
good.
I'm a historian of the Ice Bowl because back in my days at WTMJ,
You did do a
I
documentary.
put together the documentary of that game and the rebroadcast of it that won like major awards. I was blessed that I could be part of that, where we rebroadcast the entire game and did like about a dozen interviews with former players. And I could tell you the back, forth, left, right, up, down about every aspect of that game, but I was not alive.
I'm sorry, John, but I'm a West Virginia fan. We don't like Texas. Okay, we'll have to have some. Maybe we'll be able to stream. No guarantees. Maybe we'll stream WVU Texas. That'd be fun.
That could be fun.
We won't be. Horns down requires your thumb. I'm using my thumb. I'm using the thumb right here. My fingers just aren't long enough. Oh
man, I don't get the trolling game, but
yeah,
it's fun. This has been fun. Thank you, all of you, for staying with us, for being part of this.
Texas man, just wait for week 2. Bama's gonna be beaten down on Texas week 2. Real TV, John Jansen, Nick and Anthony podcast, my podcast. We're hoping to do college football stuff in a couple weeks while we're on vacation, pre-recorded stuff. Trying to get some guests on. Yeah, I'm trying to get some guests on to do.
We'll see what we can do.
To work, get some do college football predictions all week.
We'll see if maybe we can also do something. Maybe we can do a live while we're on the road. I don't know. I doubt it won't be a weekend one. I can tell you that. But
you like opposite teams as me. Yeah, we all don't. Yeah, I'm a WV fan, and I'm a Brewers fan. It happens that way. No hate to Texas fans though, as long as they're cool Texas fans.
If you're good people, that's all that matters.
Yeah, D4 John Jansen. Check out D4 Sports. He's a Texas fan. He's a cool dude.
Nice. This has been a blast. We will be back sometime soon. Our next weekend is probably going to be in 3 weekends.
Yep.
We'll see if we can figure out some way to get on until before that point, like on a weekday of some fashion that we can do while we're traveling.
What the Brewers fans are all Brewers fans. What the best at the Brewers game? If we're talking like food, seats, what are we talking about?
If you're talking about like I told you, bratwurst
cheese
with the warm secret stadium sauce and the warm sauerkraut on the first deck sausage stand right behind home plate.
Oh, seats. Upper deck behind home plate.
Upper deck behind home plate.
421, 422, 423.
Best value. That's a bucket list game,
USC, UCLA.
That's a bucket
that
list
is
game,
a bucket
by
list
far.
game.
By far. All right. We will catch you soon, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. If you haven't so far, I'm guessing all of you have, but if you haven't,
like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Ding, ding, ding. As, of course, Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa said right at the end of Rocky 3.
Just happened. Everyone take care. Yes.
Yes.
Also, God rest Bill Russell's soul.
Amen.
The legend. Respect to him.
Amen.
Cubs beat the Giants.
4-0.
Giants beat the Cubs 4-0. In what we think is Wilson Contreras' last game in a Cubs uniform.
Little buddy, I'm daddy.
So, from Sorgy Story Studios in Philadelphia. See you, everybody.